Have you ever wondered, in the quiet of night, what gentle truths await when life pauses for a breath, where fear dissolves into the softest light imaginable? Imagine a mind-blowing revelation. Those who've brushed the edge return not shaken, but soothed by insights that turn midnight worries into peaceful dreams. Welcome to Soothing Night Insights, the most relaxing near-death experience, facts to fall asleep. Tonight we'll share those calming whispers, easing you toward rest. If these gentle stories comfort your heart, hit subscribe on our channel for more nightly peace. Let's begin with the light that calls you softly. Hey, come settle close and picture this softest light that ever called your name, appearing not with blaze but like a quiet candle in midnight window, warm and deeply personal. I've heard from people like Sarah, a librarian, who flatlined during routine surgery. She told her book club friends later, "This light came so gentle, whispering my name inside like someone who'd been waiting patiently forever." It felt alive, knowing her completely, every late-night read, every quiet worry about growing old alone. You know that feeling when porch light stays on for you coming home late? Imagine it wrapping your whole being tenderly. Another man, Luis, a mechanic with calloused hands, shared after his crash. The light spoke soft like my dad used to say, coming from the cold sun. No rush or pressure, just pure invitation. Researchers like Dr. Moody gathered thousands of these accounts. Many describe this personal glow not as hallucination, but something profoundly real and comforting. Think of your own long days, work stress, family worries, fading completely in that whisper. A child named Ava drew it after her fever scare. Light said my name nice and quiet like Grandma's bedtime voice. The softness touches everything deeply, easing hidden fears, filling with quiet hope. One survivor, a baker named Tom, said, "It called without words, promising rest I'd needed years. Pure tenderness, nothing more." As night deepens around you, let that image settle. A soft light calling your name gently. Feel its warmth now, easing you deeper. Listen quietly. Have you ever sensed a presence that knows every hidden part of you yet loves you completely, like the safest place your heart has always remembered? That's the soothing insight many carry back, a knowing that feels like true home. Take George, an old fisherman who coded on his boat one foggy morning. He woke telling his son his presence was there, knowing every storm I'd weathered alone, every regret about time away from family, but holding me with kindness anyway. No stern gaze or judgment, just pure gentle acceptance. Dr. Van Lommel studied thousands of cases. Most feel this deeply understanding presence, changing fear into comfort. Relatable, right? Like that rare friend who sees your mess and stays close. A young teacher, Clara, after her reaction left her briefly gone, shared with parents softly, "It knew my exhaustion from marking papers late into nights, my guilt over short patience with struggling kids, but whispered inside, you've touched lives more than you see." Kids feel it with pure trust. Little Max told his dad, "A knowing light person understood my bad dreams and said it's okay to be scared sometimes." The connection heals quietly and deeply. One mother felt it say gently, "Your love for your children shines eternally bright." No doctrine pushed, it's universal and personal. As night hush falls, imagine that presence near you now. Breathe it in slowly, let it soothe unspoken hurts completely. Folks return changed profoundly, opening hearts more, forgiving themselves gently, like they call old friends without waiting, drop carried shame naturally. So relax completely, know a presence waits patiently, seeing you fully with endless tenderness. All right, feel those waves of love so deep they wash away every worry gently, soaking you in acceptance that leaves nothing lacking or alone in the night. Sarah, a gardener who nearly drowned checking irrigation at dusk, recounted softly to her family around the dinner table. This love rolled in gentle and complete, warmer than summer soil after rain, saying you're enough exactly as you are, every root and bloom. No earning or proving required, freely given without condition. Experts like Dr. Long analyzed thousands of accounts. Most feel this infinite affection reshaping daily life beautifully. A grandfather, Henry, post-heart scare, said to his grandkids with shining eyes, "Kids, it was love mending every regret in seconds, made missed bedtimes seem small in light of forever." Think of your own insecurities vanishing completely in that wave. Even busy professionals yield gently, a manager named Alex admitted quietly to his team. That love knew my sharp emails and long hours, embraced tighter anyway. Kids sense it with pure truth. Young Lily beamed to her mother. It felt like ocean hugs saying forever mine, no mad ever. It lingers beautifully, growing everyday empathy. One woman, a nurse working long shifts, shared softly with colleagues, "I hold patients' hands longer now because that love's meant for everyone completely." No barriers remain, just complete oneness. As midnight hush deepens, let that wave approach slowly. Feel deep love holding you close and safe. It's always there, gently, steady and complete. Imagine floating gently above the body's quiet storm, watching from calm while earthly chaos stays far below, like viewing rain from inside a warm, dry room at night. Jake, a runner who collapsed mid-marathon from sudden dehydration, said softly to friends during recovery visits, "I rose up slowly, seeing medics below working frantically, but felt only perfect peace, like drifting on still lake under moonlight." No panic or fear, pure, gentle detachment. Studies from research foundations note over half report this beautiful out-of-body calm, verifying details impossible otherwise from ground level. A grandmother, Rose, during her procedure, shared with family afterward, "Hovered above gently, hearing surgeons chat weekend plans, serene as floating in my old hammock on summer evenings." Relatable to zoning out when exhausted, amplified completely to bliss. Even crisis fades beautifully. Accident survivor Kim said quietly, "Above the wreckage and sirens I floated unbothered completely, wrapped in deepest quiet." Kids call it fun and safe. Boy Scout Danny told friends excitedly, "Flew like eagle over hospital, happy light everywhere, no hurts at all." It hints consciousness beyond body gently, easing fears of endings. A researcher who experienced it personally said softly, "That calm proved we're eternal light beneath." As midnight deepens, picture floating now gently, above daily storms completely, in deep calm. Let it lift you softly to rest. Think of reuniting with beloved pets, waiting with bright eyes and joyful greetings, young and full of life, ready for the love you've missed every single day. Mary, who'd grieved her spaniel Rusty deeply for years after his passing, slipped away briefly in hospital and felt familiar paws gently on her chest. "It was Rusty completely," she told her nurse tearfully but smiling. Bounding like a puppy again, no grey muzzle, no limp from old age, tail wagging wildly with that same enthusiastic love. He licked her face tenderly with that familiar enthusiastic warmth, buried his nose in her hand like old walks together. Mary breathed in his scent she'd missed so profoundly, felt every lonely evening without him heal completely in that playful, loving welcome. A boy named Tim met his hamster, running happily in golden wheels after his bad fall left him briefly gone. He squeaked happy and let me hold him again. Tim giggled to parents wide-eyed. "No cage needed, just running free. Guilt from once forgetting water vanished gently in tiny, trusting eyes looking up. Even horses appear with familiar warmth. One woman felt warm breath on her neck softly, strong, gentle nudge from mare lost long ago. She communicated thanks for good life together, she whispered to her riding friends. Children see it with pure, innocent joy. Little Emma drew heaven full of every pet lost. Goldfish swimming crystal streams happily, bunny thumping joyfully toward her. "They all came running fast," she told Mom excitedly. "Said missed my hugs every day." Research gently shows hundreds of these beautiful accounts. Pets radiate unconditional love completely, guiding or back with familiar devotion. No words ever needed, heart-to-heart connection, pure and perfect. As midnight quiets completely, think of animals you've loved deeply. Their trusting eyes, soft fur against skin, quiet companionship through hard days. Picture them waiting patiently, ready with enthusiastic greeting, full of joy. Feel their gentle presence watching over your sleep tonight. Imagine the moment loved ones who've gone ahead wait for you, their familiar faces lighting up with recognition, arms opening wide in a welcome that feels like every homecoming you've ever longed for. When retired nurse Helen reached the light after her quiet heart event in the garden she loved tending, her husband, who'd left suddenly 20 years earlier, stood there first, looking exactly as he did on their last happy morning, shirt sleeves rolled, that gentle smile she'd missed every dawn since. "Helen, my girl," he said, inside her heart, voice warm as fresh coffee on the porch. "We've been right here, watching you tend those roses I loved." Then her parents appeared, younger than she'd known them, hugging her tight. They walked together through soft glow, catching up on grandchildren's milestones, every regret about time lost dissolving. All consider Carlos, who lost his older brother young. During his own close call, his brother appeared instantly, looking like the day before the accident, strong, laughing, eyes sparkling. "Little bro," he said, ruffling Carlos's hair like old times, "you don't belong here yet." They talked for what felt like hours, catching up on everything unsaid, every regret forgiven in seconds. Carlos came back finally able to grieve with peace. Grandparents show up often too. One man met his grandfather died before he was born. "He knew everything about me," Robert shared quietly. "Told stories about fishing trips we never took on Earth, but somehow I remembered them as if we had." That meeting erased lifelong feeling of being rootless. Even strained relationships heal. A woman estranged from her mother 20 years met her in light. Instead of anger, her mum radiated pure love. "I'm sorry, baby," she said. "I see it all so clearly now." They held each other until every wound closed. Children who've passed appear healthy, growing. Parents lost babies often meet them as toddlers or older, full personality. One father saw his stillborn son as joyful 10-year-old boy running shouting, "Daddy!" They played catch in sunlit field, laughing, until Dad felt whole again. The reunions aren't rushed. Time stretches, allowing deep conversations, long hugs, shared memories, reviewed with only love laughter. No awkwardness, no unfinished business, everything understood, accepted. Many hear, "We never really left you," feel loved ones present strongly after returning. Tonight, close your eyes, think of someone you've lost. Picture their face lit with joy, arms open wide, waiting just beyond veil. Feel their love reaching you right now, gentle, constant. They want you know you're never truly alone. Let that warmth fill your heart as you relax completely into sleep. Lean back and let me paint this for you. Gardens more alive, beautiful than any place on earth. Flowers glow softly. Air smells sweet. Every breath feels like drinking pure peace. When Janet had her near-death experience during severe asthma attack, she found herself standing in most exquisite garden she'd ever seen. The grass was emerald, so soft under my bare feet, she recalled, voice hushed. Flowers taller than me bloomed in colors I have no names for. Shimmering pinks, blues that sang, golds that pulsed gently. Butterflies-sized dinner plates drifted by, leaving trails of sparkles. Gentle breeze carried music, felt in bones. Her deceased aunt walked beside her on path smooth stones, showing different areas. Orchards heavy with fruits smelled like childhood summers. Quiet ponds where lotus flowers opened, closed in rhythm with her heartbeat. A firefighter named Mark, rescued after being trapped, collapsed, described rolling green hills, covered wildflowers nodded as if greeting him. I lay down in grass, it cradled me perfectly, he said. Every worry I'd ever had just floated away like dandelion seeds. Crystal clear streams wound through garden, water singing softly over smooth pebbles. Children describe it with wonder. 6-year-old Lily, revived after septic shock, drew endless pictures heaven's garden for months. Rainbow trees, fruit, pick-tasted favorite memories. Swings went higher than clouds. Everyone happy there, she told parents. No one ever felt sad, tired. The garden often feels personally tailored. Keen gardener named Rose met late husband among beds roses more perfect than any she'd grown earth. He handed me one bloom. She smiled through tears. Its scent held every happy moment we'd shared. Petals, soft silk, color shifting deep red gold watched. No weeds, no thorns, no harsh, sun-cold wind. Perfect eternal spring. Many walk barefoot, feeling earth energy rising gently through feet. Birds' jewel-toned feathers sing melodies, heal old sorrows. Some see gazebos, benches where loved ones sit waiting. Others find secluded spots, quiet reflection. The overwhelming feeling utter safety, belonging. One woman said, "It felt like garden had been waiting for me my whole life, like I was finally home." Colors richer, light, softer, yet brighter. Everything vibrates gentle life. As you drift towards sleep tonight, imagine stepping into your own perfect garden. Feel soft grass beneath feet. Breathe in sweet scented air. Hear distant water singing. Let colors deeper than dreams surround you. This beauty waits beyond, patient, welcoming, ready to hold you whenever it's time. Rest easy, knowing such peace exists. Come closer, let me whisper about walking along tranquil river of light, one of most soothing images people bring back from edge. During his cardiac arrest, Thomas found himself strolling beside river that wasn't water, but pure flowing light, golden, soft, constantly moving yet perfectly still. It made gentlest sound, he described, eyes distant with memory, like 1,000 voices humming love songs all once. Banks lined with luminous flowers leaned toward current, as if listening. His grandfather, gone 20 years, walked beside him barefoot. They didn't need words. Every step brought deeper understanding, peace. A young mother named Grace, revived after massive blood-loss childbirth, saw same river. It sparkled with every color, mostly this warm white gold, she said softly. I dipped hand in, felt every happy memory life flow through fingers. Wedding day, holding babies, laughter friends. All pain I'd just been through vanished. Deceased relatives stood far bank waving gently, smiling, letting know they watched over children. The river often appears as boundary, yet not frightening, more like promise. People feel drawn to it, but not forced. Some wade in up ankles, feel waves love washing away earthly burdens. Veteran-plagued PTSD stood edge-watched dark memories flow into light, dissolving completely. For first-time decades, he shared, my mind quiet. Children describe it simply. Little Jacob back-drowning told Mom, shiny river made happy water, angels let me skip light rocks across, bounced forever. He wasn't afraid return because river promised I'd see again someday. The light river sometimes carries messages. One woman heard it singing her name gently, telling life's purpose in musical notes understood perfectly. Another saw future events life reflected surface like loving guidance. Walking its banks brings perfect serenity. No hurry, no destination pressure, just peaceful strolling, often hand-hand loved ones. Air-charged life, yet completely calming. Many notice bodies feel weightless, steps, silent, soft, glowing ground. Tonight, imagine yourself there. Feel warm light flowing beside you, hear gentle song love, let it carry away today's stresses, yesterday's regrets. Walk slowly, breathe deeply, knowing this tranquil river flows eternally, waiting welcome you home when time right. Let its peace rock you gently into deepest sleep. Shh, listen with me now to most soothing music imaginable, the kind that makes earthly symphonies sound like faint echoes. When Elena's heart stopped during surgery, silence fell. Then slowly this music began, not from instruments, but from everything around her. It was like light itself singing, she whispered later. Layer upon layer, perfect harmony, voices without words, strings vibrated soul. Every note healed something inside me. Her deceased son stood nearby, smiling, as music swelled around them both. He didn't speak, she said, but melody carried his love straight into my heart. A musician named Alex, clinically dead 12 minutes after overdose, heard music so beautiful he wept. It was every genre I ever loved, blended perfectly, classical depth, jazz freedom, rock energy, all woven together without clash. But deeper than sound, it felt like universe expressing pure joy. He saw colors dancing each note, spheres light, pulsing rhythm. Many describe it as choral, yet beyond human voices. One man said, thousands beings singing perfect unison, but I could hear each individual tone love welcome. Music often communicates directly, telling life's meaning, easing grief, promising reunion. Children hear it too. 9-year-old Sophie, revived leukemia complications, told nurses, heaven has prettiest music, like mommy singing lullabies, but with Sparkle's angels joining in. She hummed melody weeks parents never heard before. The sound heals on contact. Woman carrying decades abused trauma felt dark memories lift, dissolve, as music washed through. Each note forgiveness, she said quietly. Not earned, just given. Some recognize loved ones within harmony. Widow heard husband's voice woven celestial choir, singing song wedding dance. He sounded young again, she smiled through tears, telling me he'd wait patiently. The music never overwhelms, always perfectly attuned, what soul needs. Sometimes gentle single flute, sometimes grand cosmic orchestra, but always deeply personal. Many try recreate after returning, but say earthly instruments can't capture multidimensional quality. No sour notes, no discord, only perfect expression love unity. It often accompanies other elements, flowing with river light, rising from garden flowers, emanating from being's light. As you relax tonight, imagine this music beginning softly around you now. Let celestial harmonies cradle your mind, easing every tension. Feel notes, pure love, vibrating gently through your body, promising such beauty exists, will welcome you someday. Let universe's lullaby carry you peacefully into dreams. Shh. Let's talk softly now about colors people see on other side. Colors more vivid than anything we've got down here. It's like someone turned dial on reality all way up, suddenly everything glowing with life in ways our eyes aren't used to. When Rachel had her near-death experience bad reaction anesthesia, first thing hit her explosion colour. I opened my eyes, or whatever seeing with, and there were hues I'd never imagined. She said softly, "Blues deeper than ocean midnight, but warm alive, pulsing gently. Greens made earthly forests look faded, pinks golds shimmered like breathing. She stood meadow every blade, grass carried own tiny rainbow, flowers bloomed colours shifted slowly, like singing visually. A painter named Miguel, flatlined during massive heart attack, came back frustrated canvases. I tried mix those colours recovered, he laughed quietly. But nothing came close. There violet held every sunset I'd ever loved. Red felt pure joy. White's bright yet soft didn't hurt look at. He described spheres, light floating around him, each different, impossible shade. Trailing sparkles turned new colours mid-air. Even everyday people notice it. Truck driver named Hank, not artistic type, said, "I'm no poet, but those colours, man, made me cry. Sky wasn't just blue, layers blues singing together, threads silver gold woven through." He saw deceased mom waving bridge maid, shifting rainbow light. Every step leaving footprints colour faded slowly. Children describe it pure wonder. 8-year-old Noah kept saying, "Heaven has best crayons ever." He drew pictures, every colour box layered together, trying to show shiny, happy colours dance. His mom still has those drawings framed. The colours aren't just pretty, they carry feeling. One woman touched tree bark, swirling teal amber. Waves peace flowed into her. Another saw life's memories projected bursts, specific colours, childhood summers, warm oranges, love stories, deep roses. Man grieving wife saw her surrounded gentle lavender glow, smelled like favourite perfume. No dullness, no muddiness, every shade pure, vibrant, yet perfectly harmonious. Many say colours feel alive, aware, communicating love directly, soul. Light itself seems source, radiating every imaginable, unimaginable hue without harshness. As you settle deeper pillow tonight, let those vivid colours begin bloom behind closed eyes. Imagine sky richer any dawn, flowers opening impossible shades, light wrapping around you warm, living rainbows. Feel joy those colours carry washing gently through you. Such beauty exists waiting patiently, ready greet you perfect vibrancy someday. Let it fill your dreams with living light. Imagine the life review unfolding, like a gentle, loving mirror, reflecting your entire journey with nothing but compassion, revealing how every choice, even the difficult ones, contributed to quiet growth and deeper connection. When Mark reached the light after his sudden collapse at work, his life began to replay around him in a way that felt like stepping into a warm, living memory he could explore freely. "I relived moments I thought I'd forgotten," he told his wife quietly in the hospital, holding her hand with new gentleness. "But I felt everyone's side at once." Reliving the time he'd prioritized a big promotion over their anniversary trip, he experienced his own ambition but also her quiet disappointment, and waves of understanding rose, washing away years of unspoken tension. No harsh voice criticized, only loving clarity showed how his drive had provided stability for their family, even if balance sometimes tipped. A nurse named Susan went through hers, surrounded by supportive, tender glow. Every small act of care for patients expanded beautifully. She shared softly with her team, over coffee after returning to work. Like staying late to sit with a scared elderly man telling stories from his youth. Tough shifts where exhaustion made her short weren't condemned. She felt the overwhelming fatigue driving those moments, met with complete forgiveness. It was like the kindest part of me saying, "You gave everything you had," and it rippled further than you knew. Many feel both giver and receiver in key moments simultaneously. A father who'd missed countless school events for overtime felt his daughter's loneliness during those evenings alone, but also her pride when he brought home gifts from hard work. He woke calling her first, voice breaking with apologies long overdue, but now fully understood. Children have simple, beautiful reviews. Little Grace told her parents, wide-eyed after revival, "I saw sharing my toy make pretty golden light grow. Being selfish made shadows for a bit. But warm glow hugged me, saying, 'Next time, choose share, and light gets bigger.'" She became the child offering toys first at playdates. No punishment or harsh scoring ever appears, just profound loving clarity that dissolves regret gently. One veteran relived difficult battlefield decisions with self-compassion he'd sought unsuccessfully for decades. The review often ends with soft, beautiful encouragement. "Keep choosing love in small ways. You've grown more beautifully than you realize." People return profoundly lighter about past mistakes, far more grateful for ordinary days and small human connections that truly matter. Tonight, breathe, knowing your own review would be held in complete tenderness and care. Every gentle effort honored deeply, every heart seen clearly and lovingly. Let that compassionate light hold all your yesterdays softly and beautifully as you drift into peaceful sleep. Imagine every pain and ache simply lifting away the moment you're free of the body, leaving perfect ease and freedom behind like shedding a heavy coat on a warm day. When elderly Arthur, who'd endured severe arthritis for 30 long years, making every movement feel like fire in his joints, had his heart attack while tending his beloved garden, the constant burning vanished instantly and completely. "I'd forgotten what painless existence truly felt like," he told his daughter softly from his hospital bed, days later, flexing fingers that still ached earthly, but remembering perfect, profound relief. "Suddenly I stretched tall without wincing, walked freely across soft light, even danced a few steps like the young man who first courted your mother all those decades ago." He floated above, watching medics work frantically on his body below, feeling only profound peace where crushing chest pain had gripped him moments before. Cancer patients described the beautiful release most movingly and deeply. Maria, whose body had been completely ravaged by tumors spreading everywhere relentlessly, said quietly to her family gathered close, all the deep burning, the profound bone exhaustion that never left, gone completely in an instant. She felt strong again, whole and renewed, breathing freely without machines or tubes for the first time in years. She explored beautiful realms completely unhindered by weakness, meeting loved ones who showed her gardens and rivers of pure light flowing endlessly. Even sudden, violent trauma fades immediately and beautifully. Young athlete Tyler, whose body was badly broken and mangled in a climbing fall high on the mountain, hovered completely pain-free above the desperate rescue scene unfolding below. "I knew down there it was serious and critical," he shared with friends during slow recovery. "Broken bones everywhere, internal bleeding. But where I was gently, perfect, profound comfort, like floating in warm, healing water that erased every hurt completely." Children feel it with pure wonder and immediate relief. 5-year-old Mia, suffering intense treatment side effects from leukemia that made every day hurt, returned beaming to her parents with shining eyes. "No more ouch anywhere at all," she told them simply and happily. "I ran and jumped and played completely free like before I got sick." Her remaining months became noticeably calmer and gentler, less medication needed for pain management. Chronic pain sufferers find special, profound grace in the beautiful release. A woman with decades of fibromyalgia danced weightlessly in light, every muscle relaxed completely for the first time since her diagnosis years ago. "Pure, perfect, profound bliss," she whispered, to support groups afterward with quiet tears. Another with lifelong migraines saw clearly and beautifully, without the throbbing pressure behind eyes that had defined so many days. Emotional pain lifts simultaneously and completely, deep grief carried for years, anxiety that tightened chests, shame from past choices dissolving gently in the loving atmosphere surrounding everything perfectly. Many feel their true, unburdened, beautiful selves emerging fully and freely. Some return to earthly bodies, still carrying pain but profoundly transformed in perspective. The vivid memory of perfect, gentle ease helps them endure with new, quiet strength, knowing suffering is temporary and beautiful. Tonight, let every tense spot in your body begin to relax completely and gently. Imagine all aches lifting slowly like morning mist rising, revealing your true light essence beneath. Whole, free, painless completely. That perfect profound ease waits patiently beyond, ready to welcome you home beautifully when the time comes gently. Feel this now. Held in warmth that never lets go, an embrace of infinite peace wrapping you completely, like the safest, most familiar place your heart has always quietly remembered. When Laura reached the light after nearly bleeding out completely post-surgery, the first sensation was this all-encompassing warmth holding her from every direction, without beginning or end. It wasn't arms exactly, she described quietly to her husband in recovery, through gentle tears, but deeper. Presence everywhere, knowing every frightened thought completely, every regret about time missed with our children. Lifelong anxiety about not being enough as mother melted away instantly. Her deceased father seemed woven beautifully into the greater warmth, adding familiar comfort of his old wool sweater hugs from childhood winters. A soldier named James, who'd carried hypervigilance and isolation since combat, felt the same profound holding during clinical death on the field. "I'd never truly relaxed completely," he admitted softly in therapy years later. "Always scanning threats, walls high, but there gently. Total perfect safety, no cold spots anywhere, no need to brace for next blow." Embrace communicated perfect acceptance completely, erasing shame from actions taken in war's chaos gently. Mothers especially relate it to holding newborns tenderly, but magnified infinitely and eternally beautiful. One said quietly to friends, "Every loving hug I'd ever given or received completely, all at once forever, no ending possible." Another felt her miscarried babies safe growing within greater embrace, tiny heartbeats syncing perfectly with cosmic pulse. Children describe sinking into it naturally and beautifully. Little Ben told his father simply and confidently, "Big warm cloud hugged me tight completely and said, 'I'm home now, no more bad dreams ever.'" He became the child who hugged everyone longer without hesitation. The peace filling the embrace isn't empty or distant. It's rich, alive, pulsing gently like universal heartbeat, syncing perfectly with yours. Worries about money, relationships, health appear laughably small, completely from within it. Time loses all meaning gently. Breathing isn't needed, yet every inhale draws in more profound, renewing peace. Some feel guided deeper into embrace for complete rest. Others, content, simply held beautifully. Messages arrive silently within, loved beyond measure completely. Everything unfolds perfectly always. Rest here fully. People return carrying fragments infinite holding gently, calmer daily chaos, less reactive stress, more trusting life's beautiful flow. Chronic tension eases noticeably, shoulders, jaw, completely. Tonight, Feel infinite peace gathering softly around you now. Let warm light cradle every weary part completely. Tired mind, tender heart, aching body. Sink completely into embrace, waits patiently. Always ready, hold fully forever. Imagine glimpsing a golden city shining just beyond the horizon, more welcoming and profoundly beautiful than any place you've ever quietly dreamed of calling home forever. When Nurse Emily reached the light after collapsing completely from exhaustion in the corridor during her endless shift, she saw it across a vast, peaceful plain, bathed in the softest glow imaginable. Towers and spires of living gold, she described quietly to stunned colleagues the next day over coffee, not cold metal, but warm, glowing gently from deep within, light pouring softly from every window like quiet invitations home. Faint, beautiful music drifted on the gentle breeze, harmonious and deeply comforting in ways words fell short. Her grandmother, who'd raised her through hard times, waved happily from a balcony high up, looking 30 again, with the same apron, from baking days filled with love and stories. A teenager named Jordan approached the same city after his overdose crisis left him briefly gone. Distance didn't matter the ordinary way here, he whispered to his counselor during recovery. Every gentle step closer filled me with deeper belonging I'd never felt completely. Walls shifted colors gently and beautifully, gold to rose to pearl white, all radiating pure, perfect welcome. Family members lost young stood near wide gates, smiling encouragement softly, pets playing happily in golden light below with endless energy. Many see loved ones on walls or along beautiful avenues, calling joyfully with familiar voices that heal instantly. One woman recognized childhood friends lost young, now grown radiant in light bodies completely, shouting her name happily across gentle distance. Another man saw his faithful dog waiting patiently by a fountain of liquid light flowing endlessly. The city often appears across gentle boundaries like rivers or bridges of pure light, never frightening, always inviting peaceful, gentle approach. Some draw closer, seeing parks inside filled with beauty, fountains flowing liquid light softly, gatherings of beings singing in perfect, profound harmony. Details vary beautifully, some crystalline, quiet elegance, others warm, organic, gentle curves, but always radiating complete harmony and deep belonging. Children draw it with excited, beautiful crayons completely. 7-year-old Emma's picture showed God's shiny city with rainbow roads, everyone holding hands, happily forever. That's where all happy lives gently, she insisted, seriously to teacher. No shadows exist inside anywhere. Light emanates from every surface being completely. Streets feel soft underfoot gently. Air sweet alive, gentle energy. Many hear own names sung softly, distant choirs near. Most turned back lovingly before entering fully, but glimpse removes fear death completely beautifully. Returnees often live more kindly afterward gently, less attached material things, more focused relationships completely. Tonight, picture golden city glowing softly in a horizon completely. Feel warm, patient invitation reaching across whatever distance gently. Know, place waits light home. Love breath, expected deepest joy. Let gentle glow illuminate dreams, completely drift safest, most peaceful sleep. Picture quiet conversations with beings gentle light, wise kind, feeling they've known soul forever speak, straight heart, endless patience. When Karen reached light, after aneurysm burst unexpectedly, 3 figures waited soft glow. They didn't have ordinary faces, described quietly family, but felt loving attention completely. One stepped closer, knowledge flowing gently. No spoken words first, only deep understanding completely. poured out fears, leaving children soon. Reassurance came warm waves, given root strong enough grow beautifully gently. Trust love planted completely. Karen felt layers maternal guilt peel away gently, replaced quiet confidence done enough beautifully. Teenager. Josh met single being after dirt bike crash left, clinically gone minutes. Felt like older brother never had? Josh shared softly, counselor. Knew every secret shame completely, every dream hid gently. Talked acting tough cover insecurity beautifully, being asked gentle questions inside mind, helping Josh see protective walls built early hurts completely. Stronger, opening up gently, conveyed warmly completely. Go back, let people in beautifully. Josh returned, softer completely, finally talking honestly, friends, gently. Many find lifelong questions answered simply, profoundly, beautifully. Grandmother wondering, suffering heard gently, completely. Souls choose love over fear, gently, grow compassion through challenge beautifully. No cold lecture, just deep, relatable caring completely. Came back, comforting others, new gentleness beautifully. Even skeptics transform gently, completely. Scientist met being communicating pure knowing completely. Questions, universe mysteries poured out gently. Answers arrived complete, intuitive understanding, no dogma required beautifully. Like downloading truth directly, gently, Wumdi, admitted humbled completely. Children chat freely, trustingly, completely. Little Sarah told mother, nice light people asked, wanted stay, go back you daddy, gently. Said needed more bedtime stories completely. Chose return gently, hugging tighter every night beautifully. Beings never rush pressure completely. Conversations feel timeless gently, healing old wounds, perfect insight beautifully. Many receive personal messages completely. Forgive yourself completely, gently. Love more freely, beautifully. Unique work isn't finished yet completely. All delivered infinite kindness, encouragement gently. Tonight, imagine wise loving being beside now completely. Feel gentle understanding flowing softly, beautifully. Ask whatever weighs heart gently. No judgment waits, only compassion completely. Let quiet answers settle peacefully. Beautifully drift safest, most restorative sleep gently. Picture soaring effortlessly through skies of perfect peace, moving with just a thought, feeling complete freedom like you've become part of the gentle wind itself. When young adventurer Rachel reached the light after her tragic fall from the mountain face, the sharp pain vanished completely, and she found herself rising gently into vast open sky. No wings or machines needed, she described softly to her grieving climbing partners during long recovery visits, voice carrying lingering wonder that brought tears to their eyes. I just thought upward and glided smoothly through clouds that felt like the softest silk brushing my skin. She dove playfully through glowing mists that parted welcomingly, skimmed over luminous valleys stretching endlessly, looped joyfully above crystal waters reflecting colors beyond earthly rainbows. Laughter rose naturally from deep within, every old fear of heights or falling erased in that moment of pure, unburdened flight. A city office worker named Marcus, who'd always secretly dreamed of flying but never dared even a parachute jump, experienced the same incredible liberation after his sudden asthma crisis at his desk. No roaring engines or harnesses, he said quietly to his family, gathered around the hospital bed. Just silent, perfect movement. Think forward and glide, think loop and turn gracefully. He visited places from childhood fantasies, floating islands with gentle waterfalls of light cascading into mist, vast glowing forests where trees reached toward him like old friends, quiet childhood parks perfected without crowds or litter. Many use this effortless soaring to visit loved ones from above, hovering silently to send comfort unseen. One mother checked gently on her sleeping children below, heart overflowing with tenderness, watching their peaceful faces and knowing they felt her presence somehow. Children embrace it with pure, boundless joy and abandon. Little Isabella giggled uncontrollably for weeks after revival. I flew with shiny bird friends, doing loops higher than any kite ever. She raced light creatures over rivers, reflecting perfect rainbows, diving and rising without ever tiring. Direction comes entirely from heart's deepest wishes. Peace draws you to serene, floating meadows blooming softly, curiosity to new wonders appearing just ahead, inviting exploration. No fatigue builds, no dizziness from height, only perfect balance and endless delight in graceful motion. People return carrying that profound sense of boundless inner freedom into daily life, taking bolder, gentle steps toward dreams long quietly postponed, feeling life's ordinary gravity a little lighter on their spirits and shoulders. Tonight, feel your own essence growing lighter in quiet imagination. Imagine lifting gently upward into soft, welcoming sky, stretching endlessly. No effort required at all, just peaceful, gliding on invisible currents of pure love. Let the universe carry you smoothly and joyfully into the sweetest, most deeply restorative dreams you've ever known. Imagine stepping into meadows of eternal gentle spring, where grass remains perfectly soft forever, and every breath feels like returning home to complete comfort and quiet belonging. When dedicated teacher Linda reached the light after exhaustion finally overwhelmed her body during a long parent conference evening, she found herself standing in endless green fields, bathed in the tenderest light imaginable. "The grass reached my knees just right," she described softly to her concerned family, visiting the hospital. "Velvety warm, bending lovingly as I walked barefoot, without a single itch or sharp blade." Wildflowers bloomed in gentle waves, releasing scents evoking happiest memories. Classroom picnics with students, quiet evenings reading favorite books to her own children. She lay down and felt the earth cradle her completely and perfectly, every tense muscle from years standing at blackboards releasing into profound, renewing relaxation. An older gentleman named George strolled through similar meadows with his wife, who'd passed peacefully a decade earlier. "We picked flowers that never wilted or faded," he smiled faintly, telling grandchildren stories. She looked young again, with that familiar sparkle, hand in mine like our first quiet walks together before kids came. Butterflies of pure light landed trustingly on their shoulders, wings shimmering with gentle, comforting colors. Many walk or rest hand in hand with loved ones appearing naturally along the way. One woman strolled slowly with her childhood self through blooming paths, healing old insecurities through quiet, accepting presence alone. Another ran laughing freely with pets long gone, grass tickling paws and toes alike in perfect, joyful play. Children tumble and explore with endless pure delight. Little Maya told her parents wide-eyed after revival. "The grass was super soft for cartwheels forever. Flowers giggled when I picked them gently and grew right back even bigger and brighter." She drew endless meadows with smiling stick figures dancing among rainbow blooms for months. The meadows stretch infinitely yet always feel intimately personal and welcoming. Distant hills glow softly with promise. Crystal streams wind through carrying faint, harmonious songs on gentle currents. Ancient trees offer perfect shade without ever dropping leaves. No harsh seasons ever change anything. Always comfortable eternal spring with perfect temperature and light bathing everything tenderly. Fruit trees bear perfectly ripe gifts tasting of deepest joy. Streams offer water sweeter than any remembered earthly drink. People return with renewed deep appreciation for earthly meadows and parks lying in real grass more often, feeling faint, gentle echoes of that greater eternal comfort waiting patiently. Tonight, feel yourself stepping gently into meadows blooming forever in soft, eternal spring. Soft grass cushions every step completely. Warm light bathes you tenderly and fully. Sweet, eternal breeze carries complete peace into every breath. Lie down if you wish. Let perfect earth hold you fully and safely. Rest here as long as needed. This eternal spring meadow waits patiently, ready to welcome you home completely when the time comes. Listen quietly for one of the most tender moments shared by many, being told it's not your time yet. With such profound love, it transforms, returning into a beautiful, meaningful continuation rather than any kind of loss. When Nurse David reached the light after being trapped in a burning building during his shift, his late father appeared first, with that familiar steady gaze full of quiet pride. After strong, wordless hugs conveying years of unspoken encouragement, his dad placed warm hands gently on David's shoulders. "Son," he said softly inside David's heart, "your patients still need that calm, steady strength only you give them." No disappointment showed at all, only deep, loving encouragement shining through. David felt unfinished stories calling him back strongly and beautifully, returned fighting harder for every precious breath with renewed purpose. A young mother named Lisa heard it from a radiant being after massive bleeding nearly took her during delivery of her twins. "Your babies need their mama's songs and gentle stories a while longer," it communicated with infinite tenderness and care. "Go back and hold them close, love them fully." She woke, reaching instinctively for her newborns, cherishing every feeding, every midnight cuddle with completely renewed depth and gratitude. Many received the message from deceased relatives, speaking personally and lovingly. A teenager met his best friend lost to cancer. "Dude, you've got more adventures and laughs waiting. Tell my mum I'm okay and happy." Delivered with familiar grin and gentle fist bump, making return feel exciting and full of promise rather than sad interruption. Children receive it simply and with complete trust. Little Tommy heard a kind voice after his accident. "Your puppy still needs walks every day, and your dad needs help with the garden." He woke asking for his dog first, hugging family tighter with new appreciation. The message never feels rejecting or harsh, always wrapped completely in understanding that earthly life remains precious, meaningful, and worth continuing. Some negotiate briefly and lovingly, "Can I stay longer?" Answer comes as loving no, with beautiful promises of future reunion when truly ready. Reasons always deeply personal and encouraging, unfinished relationships to nurture gently, unique gifts still to share quietly, growth beautifully unfolding, love waiting to express more fully. Never guilt or pressure, only gentle guidance from those who care most deeply and see the bigger loving picture. People return with profound renewed sense of purpose shining quietly within. Fear of death fades dramatically and beautifully. Gentle fear of unlived life grows in the most positive way. They hug tighter without hesitation, speak kinder words daily, chase dreams long, quietly postponed with patient courage. Tonight, breathe easy and deeply, knowing any "not yet" message would arrive, wrapped completely in deepest possible love. No rush or pressure ever, just gentle, loving encouragement from those who care most. Rest now peacefully, trusting life's perfect gentle timing holds you always, tenderly. Feel this profound certainty settling deep within like warm sunlight after long storm. Everything truly is all right, a gentle knowing that quiets every lingering doubt and brings complete trust in life's greater loving flow. When Patricia reached the light after her extended journey with cancer finally brought her body to rest, understanding flooded her gently like sunrise filling a quiet room. All the worry and fighting felt unnecessary in that moment. She shared quietly with family, in her final lucid days, voice steady with profound peace. I knew bone deep that everything had unfolded perfectly and lovingly. My illness, quiet joys, deep losses, all part of one beautiful pattern woven with eternal love. No specific explanations demanded, just complete gentle trust in divine order, easing every fear she'd ever carried. A grieving father named Mark felt the same beautiful certainty after his own sudden heart attack. Meeting his deceased daughter, radiant and completely whole, he asked why she left so young. Answer came as pure, wordless knowing flowing gently. Her soul's journey complete in that beautiful form, his continuing gently to learn deeper love through missing her physical presence. It all made perfect loving sense, he said quietly to his wife through tears of relief. No random cruel tragedy, only love expressed in different gentle ways. Many describe gently remembering truths temporarily forgotten at earthly birth. An anxious woman realized every fear was beautiful illusion, only love eternally real beneath all appearances. A man carrying heavy guilt felt it dissolve completely in certainty that all forgiven gently always had been perfectly. Children feel it with pure, beautiful simplicity. 8-year-old Ryan told his mother confidently after revival, "Everything's okay forever, we're all safe completely, no matter what happens." His nightmares stopped entirely. The certainty touches every human question with profound gentleness. Why suffering exists, to grow compassion through loving choice. Why loss comes, to cherish presence more deeply and beautifully. Why alone sometimes, never truly are, connection eternal and complete. People return profoundly less afraid of gentle death itself, of mistakes gently made, of uncertain, beautiful tomorrow. They stress far less over small things daily, trust life's loving flow more completely. Relationships soften beautifully and deeply. Old grudges feel pointless gently in light of greater eternal love. Tonight, let that deep, beautiful certainty begin settling softly within you now. Feel gentle knowing rising quietly. Everything truly is all right. Always has been gently, always will be perfectly. Your journey unfolds exactly as lovingly meant. Worries become passing clouds gently. Rest completely in this profound truth, as safest, most peaceful sleep holds you tenderly. Picture stepping gently into a library of infinite calm knowledge, where every question finds its loving answer without effort, wisdom flowing like quiet streams of light. When retired Professor Samuel reached the light after his stroke left him motionless for precious minutes, he entered a vast hall filled with soft, glowing orbs of living thought and understanding. No physical books anywhere, he described quietly to his family in final days, voice steady with wonder. Just pure knowledge floating gently, inviting quiet touch. He wondered about ancient mysteries, debated his whole career. Complete, compassionate understanding arrived. Civilizations rising, falling in loving visions. Asked why life held certain hardships, waves of insight showed every challenge as chosen gentle growth opportunity, viewed lovingly from higher perspective. A young teacher named Maya touched glowing spheres after accident, left her briefly gone. Understood struggling students completely beautifully, whispered colleagues. Saw hidden pain driving behavior, felt small daily encouragements helped more deeply ever realized. Experienced art, science, spirituality, one harmonious, loving expression, rather separate fields. Knowledge felt light, joyful, never heavy burden. Many access what some gently call universal records directly, peacefully. Skeptical engineer asked unsolved problems field, received intuitive solutions beyond current theory, yet feeling perfectly true, practical. realized how gently, patiently truth reveals itself always, admitted humbled team return. Children visit pure, open curiosity, wonder adults often envy. 8-year-old Lily told parents excitedly, revival. Big quiet library showed why dogs wag tails. Happy grandma went pretty light early. She finished loving us here gently. Began reading earthly books, deeper quiet wonder afterward, lingering longer pages. Atmosphere radiates profound quiet reverence, rather stuffy silence. Gentle beings sometimes guide softly toward particular orbs knowledge. Mostly, visitors explore freely, complete peace safety. No tests required study, just pure discovery. Wrapped, calm, loving understanding feels like coming home truths always known deep inside. People return carrying gentle fragments, infinite wisdom, sudden creative insights appearing naturally daily, everyday compassion deepening without conscious effort, curiosity transforming gentle wonder, rather anxious, endless seeking. Tonight, let mind relax completely. Gently infinite library calm wisdom waiting patiently. Feel gentle knowledge nearby, ready. Answer whatever truly matters. Heart own perfect time. No struggle rush required. Just peaceful understanding, flowing naturally needed most. Rest easy, knowing all truth, loving kind, always gently accessible, deep within you. Imagine stepping gently into a library where wisdom waits in quiet abundance, not hidden in dusty volumes, but as living light ready to answer whatever your heart quietly seeks. When retired Professor Samuel reached the light after his stroke rendered him motionless for those critical minutes, he found himself in a vast hall, bathed in the softest, most welcoming glow imaginable. There were no shelves of physical books stretching endlessly, he described quietly to his former students, who visited his bedside in the days that followed, voice steady despite frailty that lingered. Just orbs of pure thought and understanding floating gently in the air, inviting the lightest touch. He wondered about questions that had haunted his long career, nature of consciousness itself, meaning woven through human suffering, mysteries of time and space, and complete, compassionate understanding flowed in without any effort on his part. Suffering revealed gently as chosen opportunities for souls to cultivate deeper compassion through direct experience. Consciousness showed as eternal light, temporarily expressing through form. No cold academic debate or lingering doubt remained, just quiet, profound certainty that eased every intellectual restlessness he'd carried for decades. A young teacher named Maya touched similar glowing orbs after her severe accident left her briefly gone from the world. I understood my most challenging students completely and beautifully, she whispered to colleagues gathered around her recovery room, eyes shining with new depth. Saw their hidden pain driving difficult behavior, felt how my small daily encouragements and patient listening had helped more deeply than I'd ever dared hope. She experienced art, science, spirituality, not as separate competing fields, but as one harmonious, loving expression of creation. Knowledge felt profoundly light and joyful, never the heavy burden of endless study. Many access what some gently call universal records in this quiet space. A skeptical engineer asked about problems unsolved in his field for years, received intuitive solutions beyond current theory, yet feeling perfectly true and immediately practical. Realized how gently and patiently truth reveals itself, he admitted humbled to his team upon return. Children visit with pure, open curiosity and wonder that adults often envy. 8-year-old Lily told her parents excitedly after revival. The big quiet library showed why dogs wag tails when they're happy, and why Grandma went to the pretty light early. She finished her job of loving us gently here. She began reading earthly books with deeper, quiet wonder afterward, lingering longer over pages. The atmosphere radiates profound reverence rather than any stuffy silence. Gentle beings sometimes guide softly toward particular orbs of knowledge, but mostly visitors explore freely in complete peace and safety. No tests ever appear, no required memorization, just pure discovery wrapped in calm, loving understanding that feels like coming home to truths always known deep inside. People return carrying gentle fragments of that infinite wisdom, sudden creative insights appearing naturally in daily life, everyday compassion deepening without conscious effort, curiosity transforming into gentle wonder rather than anxious, endless seeking. Tonight, let your mind relax completely and gently into that infinite library of calm wisdom waiting patiently. Feel gentle knowledge nearby, ready to answer whatever truly matters to your heart in its own perfect time. No struggle or rush required at all, just peaceful understanding flowing naturally when needed most. Rest easy, knowing all truth is loving, kind, and always gently accessible deep within you. Picture being guided by beings of soft radiance, tall, graceful figures of pure light approaching slowly with kindness that feels both ancient and deeply familiar, like guardians your soul has always quietly known. When paramedic Daniel reached the light after his ambulance crash pinned him for precious minutes, 3 figures appeared gradually in the gentle glow surrounding him completely. They were outlined in living light, he described quietly to his stunned crew during long recovery conversations. Tall and graceful, no cartoon wings, just presence that felt like wings of light enfolding everything with complete safety and peace. Their gaze held infinite compassion and understanding. He felt every life saved on frantic calls and every call lost seen with deep pride rather than any judgment. One placed a hand of pure warmth on his chest gently, easing trauma carried from years, witnessing human suffering in gentle waves that left him profoundly renewed and whole. A grieving father named Luis met a single angelic figure after complications from surgery nearly took him. It felt beyond gender, yet deeply comforting and familiar, Luis whispered to his wife, through tears of beautiful relief. Radiant, soft as moonlight on calm water, eyes holding every tear I'd cried for our son lost young. The being cradled Luis's spirit tenderly and completely, communicating without words. Your child is whole, joyful, surrounded by love greater than earthly imagination could hold beautifully. Luis felt his baby's light nestled safely within the greater glow, growing happily in perfect eternal peace. Many recognize these figures as lifelong gentle guardians, known from quiet moments of grace or childhood dreams offering profound comfort. One woman instantly knew hers as the presence that had steadied her gently through early, profound losses. Another man felt the same steady light that had guided him beautifully through darkest deployments and quiet homecomings. Children described them with trusting, pure joy and wonder. Little Eli drew detailed pictures showing tall, shiny friends who sang quiet, beautiful songs and promised I'd see Grandpa again soon. They knew my favorite toy truck completely, he added seriously to his teacher. The figures approached carefully and slowly always, their light adjusting perfectly to comfort rather than overwhelm in any way. Communication flows heart to heart completely and beautifully. Deep reassurance, profound healing, gentle guidance exactly tailored to what the soul needs most. Some show glimpses of help arriving soon, in earthly life, gently. Others simply hold sacred space for grief, to release fully and peacefully. People return, sensing these beings remain gently near in daily life completely. Prayer transforms into direct, quiet conversation with old, familiar friends. Fear lessens dramatically and beautifully. Subtle guidance arrives through clearer intuition than ever before. Tonight, Feel soft, radiant beings drawing gently close around you, now completely. Let their tender radiance touch your brow softly, your heart completely, your weary places with perfect care. Feel ancient wings of light enfolding you, protectively and lovingly. You are guided always, deeply loved, never truly alone. Rest safely within their gentle glow as peaceful sleep comes completely. Imagine the welcoming horizon glowing softly ahead, colors blending perfectly in rose gold warmth that cools quietly with promise of home and complete gentle belonging. When veteran Robert reached the light after his sudden fall at home left him briefly gone, a horizon appeared across vast, peaceful plain, bathed in tender light he'd never quite seen on earth. It wasn't distant or near in ordinary ways, he described quietly to his support group during recovery. Just perfectly inviting, pulsing gently with love, I recognized immediately, like coming home after long deployment. His brother lost in war waved from its edge, young and whole again, with familiar grin that used to mean mischief and safety. A young woman named Grace saw it across calm waters after complications nearly took her during delivery of her twins. "Colors blended endlessly without harsh edges anywhere," she whispered to her partner, holding their newborns close in the hospital room. Warm pinks melting slowly into golds, breathing gently, saying, "Rest here completely when ready." Family members lost young stood near wide gates, smiling encouragement softly, pets playing happily in golden light below. Many feel drawn gently without any pressure or rush whatsoever. Some approach closer, sensing deeper beauty and profound harmony just beyond the horizon line, waiting patiently. Children see it with pure, beautiful excitement. 6-year-old Leo drew the pretty edge where happy starts forever gently. "Everyone I miss waited waving big and smiling," he told his mother seriously. The glow adjusts perfectly and tenderly, soft comforting, never blinding. Faint harmonious music drifts gently from it, air sweet with gentle promise of complete, eternal peace. Most turn back lovingly before reaching fully, carrying its warmth quietly into earthly life. Fear of unknown dissolves completely. Daily existence gains softer, more hopeful, gentle focus. People return treating life as precious, temporary, gentle visit, loving more openly, completely, wasting less time on trivial worries or distractions. Tonight, let that welcoming horizon glow softly within your inner quiet vision. Feel its tender, patient call, reaching across gentle distance. Know home waits warmly, eternally ready, receive you deepest joy time comes. Let gentle glow illuminate dreams completely drift, safest, most peaceful sleep. Feel this profound gift quietly and completely, being accepted exactly as you are right now. Every part seen clearly, every story known fully, every piece loved without condition or need for change. When recovering addict, Thomas reached the light after his overdose crisis left him clinically gone for minutes. Shame rose first, like dark, familiar waves threatening to pull him under. Then acceptance poured in completely and instantly. A presence knew every low point, every lie told, every hurt caused, he shared quietly in meetings afterward, and loved me more fiercely, not less at all. No fixing or earning required, just perfect immediate welcome home, exactly as he was. He wept from relief of finally being enough in that moment. A perfectionist mother named Julia felt every perceived failure as parent known, completely and gently. But the love said softly, "You are whole beautiful," she whispered to therapist through tears relief. Effort stumbles, all cherished part, perfect me. Deceased father's light added familiar tenderness, childhood hugs. Many experience complete opposite earthly judgment. One man felt hidden truth's identity celebrated, rather condemned. Another carried lifelong regrets dissolved instantly, understanding necessary gentle steps. Children feel purely beautifully. Little Sam beamed parents. Light said good even make messes get mad. Stop trying impossibly hard. Perfect. Acceptance, active healing. Wounds, close, naturally without force. Deep self-worth blooms within like flowers opening sun. People return profoundly gentler themselves, others offering grace freely, daring authentic living without fear, rejection. Tonight, let complete acceptance begin holding softly. Feel gentle light seeing every part you, loving without reservation. Enough beautiful whole exactly are. Rest deeply cherished, perfect embrace. Picture ocean's calm, crystal clear water stretching endlessly, holding perfect gentleness, washing away every trace, earthly, storm completely. When retired teacher Martha reached light after nearly drowning vacation, stood edge endless sea shimmering soft inner light. Water clearer any tropical bay visited, recalled softly. Family, eyes distant memory. Sea down forever, no darkness, only gentle glow, tiny sparks dancing like living diamonds within. Waded slowly, waves lapping ankles, warmth seeping straight bones, tired years, standing classrooms. Every step deeper brought waves, profound calm washing through, carrying away decades, worry students, grown children, quiet loneliness, losing partner. Fisherman Antonio pulled unconscious rough seas, boat capsized, stood same peaceful shore. Spent life battling angry waves, said quietly, wife happy tears. These moved slow kind, reflecting sky, full colors beyond naming, soft roses melting golds, breathing gently. Floated back completely supported, no need tread fight currents. School's luminous fish swam beneath peaceful patterns, scales flashing messages, companionship, rather danger. Many immerse, fully, completely. One exhausted caregiver let water rise shoulders, burdens sliding away gently, sand open fingers. Tasted faintly sweet cupped, whispered support groups, like drinking pure, perfect calm. Another grieving brother dove deep, found siblings swimming joyfully gentle currents. Both laughing light fish swirled celebration. Children play without fear whatsoever. Little Sophia told parents wide-eyed pool accident. Big pretty ocean, no deep scary parts. Just shiny water, breathe easy, swim forever. Play dolphins pure light, surfacing giggling hair perfectly dry. Ocean feels deeply personal attuned. One man found areas, waves replayed happiest memories. Splashing children beaches, quiet sunsets partner, each crest bringing fresh waves joy. Another saw future moments, profound peace, reflected softly surface. No cold shock, strong undertows, just eternal, gentle rhythm, perfect temperature, perfect depth, complete safety. Some sit smooth rocks, letting waves kiss feet tenderly, others float timelessly, watching light dance within depths. People return carrying deep ocean, calm daily life. Anxiety attacks lessen dramatically. Simple water sounds soothe instantly. Visit real beaches more often. Standing water's edge, feeling faint connection, greater eternal sea, waiting patiently. Tonight, picture standing peaceful shore, endless calm. Feel warm crystal waves touch feet tenderly, inviting deeper without pressure. Let ocean perfect calm rise gently around, holding every part completely. Breathe profound serenity. Let carry weightlessly into softest, most deeply restorative sleep ever known. Imagine drifting back into childhood memories, not as fleeting glimpses, but as fully alive experiences you can step into completely, surrounded by gentle light that makes every detail feel fresh, safe, and profoundly healing. When practical accountant Robert reached the light after his unexpected heart event at his desk, he suddenly found himself in his grandmother's cozy kitchen at age 7, the comforting smell of fresh bread baking filling the air exactly as those cherished Saturday mornings. Sunlight slanted through familiar lace curtains, dust motes dancing lazily in beams. This time, he shared quietly with his wife in recovery, voice thick with emotion she'd rarely heard. I felt everything deeper, and the absolute safety of her humming softly by the stove, the way she wiped flour on her apron before pulling me close for a hug. He helped stir the batter again, tasting raw dough from the wooden spoon when she pretended to scold him with that loving smile he'd forgotten brought such warmth. Every sense was vividly perfect, no rush to finish or leave for afternoon chores. A dedicated mother named Claire revisited endless summer evenings catching fireflies with neighborhood children. We ran barefoot through grass, still holding day's warmth, she whispered, to her own grown children visiting the hospital, eyes shining with remembered wonder. Jars glowing softly on porches, parents calling names gently as stars appeared one by one. She felt the pure, uncomplicated joy of those nights, complete absence of worry about future responsibilities or grown-up burdens. Her father, gone 15 years, sat on the front steps watching with the same quiet pride, communicating silently how those simple evenings had shaped her capacity for finding happiness in ordinary moments. Many relive moments gently transformed by loving perspective. One woman returned to a lonely childhood holiday but felt only the extraordinary warmth of her mother's quiet sacrifices magnified, fear replaced by deep gratitude for love shown through hardship. Children immerse with pure delight. 9-year-old Miguel told his parents wide-eyed after revival, "I played in my old tree house forever. Dad was young again, building higher levels without work calling him away." He stopped rushing through daily play, savoring moments more deeply. Memories feel carefully chosen for healing and renewal, building snow forts that never melted under gentle winter sun, family road trips singing off-key to favorite radio songs, ice cream dripping down cones on hot pavement during county fairs. Colors appear brighter and more vivid, laughter rings clearer and longer, simple pleasures become profound gifts of connection. No sadness or regret taints them, only deep appreciation for foundations quietly built, resilience learned through small adventures, wonder nurtured in ordinary days, capacity for love expanded through shared joy. People return cherishing present moments with renewed intensity. They put phones down during family dinners without thinking, play longer on floors with grandchildren, notice small beauties again. Fireflies blinking in summer dusk, fresh baked scents wafting from kitchens, warm grass under bare feet on perfect evenings. Life slows beautifully, ordinary days glowing with remembered magic that was always there waiting to be seen. Tonight, let a cherished childhood memory rise gently within your quiet mind. Step fully into it, feel the textures against skin, smell familiar scents, hear laughter echoing softly. Let pure, uncomplicated joy fill every part of you completely, reminding you those moments live eternally in light, ready to hold and heal you whenever you need their gentle embrace. Imagine hearing a loving voice speaking your name with such profound tenderness. It feels like finally returning home after the longest, weariest journey, every syllable wrapped in infinite care and recognition. When firefighter Carlos reached the light after being trapped in the burning building, a voice spoke inside him, warm and clear as dawn, breaking over calm water. "Carlos, my brave one," it said gently, "you are safe now, deeply known and cherished beyond all measure." The tone carried his mother's gentle lullabies from childhood nights, his first captain's proud encouragement during training, something vast and ancient, all woven together perfectly into one familiar yet greater presence. It knew every dangerous call answered, every private doubt about worthiness, every quiet act of kindness shown to frightened victims and young rookies alike. A young artist named Lena heard it after her crisis, left her clinically gone for precious minutes. "Lena, dear heart," it welcomed softly, "rest here a while in perfect peace." It felt like every encouraging teacher who'd seen her talent, every friend who'd believed in her vision, multiplied infinitely into complete understanding. When fears about her creative worth rose unbidden, the voice soothed gently, "You are creating exactly what the world needs in its own time. Trust your unique light." Many recognize loved ones' familiar tones within the greater voice. One widow heard her husband's affectionate nickname spoken with the same gentle tease that always made her smile through tears. Another man caught his grandfather's distinctive warmth, saying the childhood pet name only he ever used. Children hear it with pure, absolute trust. Little Sophie told her father with shining certainty, "A nice voice knew my whole long name and said I'm special forever, no matter what happens." She fell asleep easier after that, nightmares fading completely. The voice adjusts perfectly, volume always gentle and comforting, pace unhurried and patient. It communicates far beyond ordinary words, feelings of deep intrinsic worth, complete forgiveness for every perceived shortcoming, gentle encouragement flowing directly into the heart itself. Some ask life's biggest lingering questions and receive answers as complete, compassionate knowing wrapped lovingly in that familiar tone. It often delivers the not yet message with deepest affection possible. Go back, dear one. More beauty to paint, more lives to touch, more love waiting to express through you. Making earthly return feel like continuing a beloved, meaningful story rather than unwanted interruption. People return comforted profoundly in ordinary silence, hearing inner guidance clearer than ever before. Harsh self-talk softens naturally into kinder inner dialogue. They begin speaking to themselves with the same profound tenderness received. Tonight, quiet your mind completely and listen deeply within your heart. Let that loving voice begin speaking your name tenderly, reaching every hidden corner gently. Feel its warmth, acknowledge and cherish you exactly as you are right now. Let home's gentle call lull you completely into the safest, most peaceful sleep imaginable. Feel this beautiful moment when every worry simply releases completely, floating gently away like autumn leaves carried on a quiet, steady stream, leaving you profoundly light and free. When nurse practitioner Grace reached the light after total exhaustion finally collapsed her body in the hospital corridor, worries rose first like familiar shadows threatening to pull her under. Then gentle release came like the softest exhale after holding breath too long. They just lifted away completely, she described softly to colleagues gathered around her bed, not dismissed or minimized, truly seen and understood as unnecessary weight I'd carried far too long. Bills threatening stability, deep health fears for aging parents, sharp regrets over moments she'd been short-tempered with her own children, all dissolved gently in waves of warm, complete understanding. Laughter bubbled up unexpectedly from the sudden, profound freedom filling every empty space. A father named Daniel, long drowning in work stress and mounting financial pressure, felt the same profound letting go. Deadlines keeping me awake nights, money worries tightening my chest constantly, deep guilt over time missed with my daughter. Gone completely, he said quietly to his wife, hands opening in gentle demonstration. I saw them clearly for what they truly were, but from a place where only love remained eternally important. His daughter's laughing face came vividly to mind, and he knew returning meant showing up fully present from that moment forward. Many watch worries transform gently before their inner eyes. Dark, heavy clouds of fear become soft wisps of light drifting peacefully upward. Stones carried long in the chest turn to feathers floating away on gentle breeze. Some see them carried downstream completely by the river of light, or dissolved instantly in crystal clear ocean waters. Children let go most easily and beautifully. 7-year-old Ava told her mother with simple wonder and relief. All the scary thoughts went away like soap bubbles popping, one by one, until none left anywhere. Her nighttime fears stopped completely after that experience. The surrender always feels deeply invited and completely safe, never forced or rushed in any way. Any lingering resistance melts naturally and completely in the presence of overwhelming love and perfect understanding. People realize worries were temporary stories they'd told themselves repeatedly, not eternal, unchanging truths. People return profoundly lighter in both spirit and body. Chronic overthinking quiets down noticeably and peacefully. Insomnia that plagued nights eases into deep, truly restorative sleep. They begin prioritizing genuine human connection over endless tasks naturally, forgiving themselves and others much faster and more completely. Finding laughter and joy return more easily to daily life. Tonight, silently name your own worries one by one if you wish to release them. Feel them lifting gently and completely from your shoulders, your chest, your mind. Watch as they dissolve entirely into surrounding soft light. Let peaceful surrender hold you completely unburdened and free. Rest deeply in the beautiful eternal truth that all is and always has been truly well. Imagine rising gently into a vast sky where stars sing in perfect harmony, their voices blending into celestial music that vibrates profound peace through every part of your being. When dedicated stargazer Elena reached the light after her severe allergic reaction closed her throat completely, ordinary darkness gave way to a night sky unlike any she'd studied through telescopes for decades. The stars weren't distant cold points, she whispered in absolute wonder to her astronomy club friends visiting recovery, but living orbs of light, each one singing its own clear, pure note with perfect clarity. Together they formed chords of profound peace and joy that vibrated through her entire essence, like she had become part of the cosmic orchestra itself. Constellations shifted slowly in graceful, eternal dance patterns, notes rising and falling like the gentle breathing of the universe in perfect rhythm. A night shift factory worker named Jamal, who'd never paid much attention to stars, saw the same magnificent display after collapsing from exhaustion on the job. There were millions upon millions, he said quietly to his family around the hospital bed, but no cold, empty darkness between them, only beautiful connection. Each star contributed its unique voice to one huge, perfectly harmonious choir, singing love directly into his heart and soul without need for translation. He recognized faint melodies from his mother's childhood lullabies, woven beautifully through the greater symphony, personalized yet completely universal in their comfort. Many float peacefully among the singing stars. One woman reached out gently and touched a nearby star. Its song temporarily became her own heartbeat, syncing perfectly in harmony. Another saw deceased loved ones appearing as bright nearby stars, adding their familiar gentle voices to the celestial chorus with perfect blending. Children hear it with pure, unfiltered delight. Little Lucas told his parents excitedly for weeks the stars were singing happy birthday to everyone forever and ever, and it made my whole body feel warm. He hummed entirely new melodies, constantly, tunes no one in the family recognized. The music contains absolutely no discord, only perfect layers upon layers of harmony that heal deeply, uplift completely, and connect everything beautifully. Some see beautiful colors pulsing gently with each rising and falling note. Others feel cherished memories illuminated softly and transformed by the star song into pure light. The volume is always perfectly attuned and comforting, never overwhelming or demanding attention, always soothing rather than stimulating in any way. Many weep quietly from the sheer depth and beauty of it all. People return loving quiet nights more deeply than before, pausing often to stargaze with fresh awe and wonder, finding profound comfort under real night skies that now feel like faint, beautiful echoes of something infinitely greater, waiting patiently. Tonight, imagine yourself rising gently and peacefully into that singing, starry sky. Feel the harmonious notes wrap around you completely and tenderly, vibrating profound peace through every cell of your being. Let the celestial choir lull you tenderly and completely into the deepest, most harmonious and truly restorative sleep you've ever known. Picture walking on clouds of gentle mist, soft and perfectly supportive beneath your feet, like stepping across the coziest, most comforting dream your heart has ever quietly wished for. When young pilot Amelia reached the light after her emergency landing failed completely and tragically, she rose gently into a realm where solid ground gave way to endless layers of warm, glowing mist that felt more substantial than any runway she'd ever touched down on. It wasn't thin or cold like real clouds I'd flown through, she described later, with quiet wonder to her grieving fellow pilots during recovery visits. But thick enough to walk on confidently, cool against my skin yet deeply comforting, like steam rising from the perfect hot bath after a long flight. She stepped forward slowly and the mist parted slightly before reshaping perfectly to support her weight without any hint of falling, just complete, absolute trust in its gentle holding. She ran playfully across it, and the mist rose in joyful, swirling patterns around her legs. She jumped high with abandon, and it bounced her gently back down like the softest, most forgiving trampoline ever created from pure dream. A tired father named Carlos, who'd finally collapsed from years of relentless overwork, found himself strolling across vast, ever-shifting cloud plains that changed subtle colors softly with his changing emotions, calming, peaceful blues when relaxed, warm, gentle pinks when joy rose unexpectedly. I'd dreamed of walking on clouds as a kid reading storybooks, he shared quietly with his family around the hospital bed. But here it was perfectly real, cool yet warm, shifting gently to support every single movement without thought. He rolled laughing like a child again, clouds tickling his neck playfully, releasing decades of tension stored in shoulders and back from long hours. Many dance or simply rest peacefully upon the clouds. One ballerina who'd lost mobility to injury moved freely again, pirouetting gracefully as mist formed beautiful, supportive patterns beneath her feet. Another man grieving his wife felt her familiar presence woven gently into every swirl, shaping quiet messages of enduring love that lingered softly before dissolving into new, comforting forms. Children adore the experience with pure, boundless joy and abandon. 6-year-old Emma giggled uncontrollably for days afterward. "The clouds were the biggest bouncy castles ever. I jumped super high, and they always caught me soft and tickly." She drew endless pictures of stick figures playing among fluffy whites and gentle pinks. The mist glows softly from deep within, alive and gently responsive to every visitor. Some see faint rainbows forming briefly with each playful step. Others feel it massaging away exhaustion stored in muscles and bones. No wind ever chills, just perfect temperature, perfect gentle cushion beneath every movement. People return feeling profoundly lighter in spirit and step, less weighed down by daily gravity and struggle. They begin handling stress with subtle grace they can't quite explain, moving through hard days remembering how easily the clouds held them completely. Tonight, feel the ground beneath you softening gradually into welcoming gentle mist. Let clouds rise slowly to meet your weight, cool and warm together, cradling every part perfectly and completely. Walk if you wish, jump playfully, or simply rest peacefully. Let this dreamy cushion carry every single tension away gently as you relax completely into the deepest, most comforting sleep imaginable. Imagine being cradled in the warmth of a universal hug, a presence enveloping you completely, like the cosmos itself chose to hold you with infinite tenderness and care. When exhausted single mother Vanessa reached the light after collapsing from years of carrying everything alone, the first sensation was this all-encompassing warmth surrounding her from every possible direction. It pressed, gently but firmly, she whispered, later to her sister during quiet recovery talks. No clear beginning or end, just pure holding that knew every sleepless night worrying about bills, every doubt about being enough for my kids. The hug felt like the universe whispering, "I've got you perfectly," easing decades of solitary struggle. Her deceased mother seemed part of the greater warmth, adding familiar comfort of childhood blankets tucked tight. A veteran named Marcus, who'd carried isolation since returning home, felt the same profound embrace during clinical death. "I've forgotten what being truly held felt like," he admitted quietly in group sessions afterward. "Always on guard, walls up high, but there, total safety, no cold spots, no need to brace." Every guarded place softened as warmth seeped in, dissolving shame from actions in war. Tears came freely, cleansing rather than painful. Many compare it to ultimate maternal love, but boundless. One woman felt her miscarried babies nestled safely within the greater warmth, tiny heartbeat syncing perfectly. Another man sensed collective love of all who'd ever cared, woven seamlessly. Children sink into it naturally. Little Olivia told her father simply, "Everything hugged me super big and said welcome home. No more missing mommy at work." She became the child hugging everyone longer. The warmth pulses gently like universal heartbeat syncing with yours. Some feel countless beings contributing, yet perfectly unified. Messages arrive silently, cherished beyond measure, rest completely. People return more affectionate, hugging without hesitation, touching arms in conversation, offering comfort naturally. Others notice subtle glow, chronic tension eased. Tonight, let universal hug gather softly. Feel warm presence surrounding completely. Front, back, above, below. Let it seep into weary muscles, tender heart. You are held eternally. Rest fully inside warmth that never releases. Imagine viewing Earth from high above, bathed in soft light, filling your heart with overwhelming tenderness for every life unfolding below. When Teacher James reached the light during surgery, he rose gently above the planet. "Earth hung like precious blue-green jewel," he described softly to students later. "Oceans breathing slowly, clouds swirling peacefully, cities twinkling scattered stars." Beyond beauty, profound love for every person, conflicts tiny, borders meaningless, wars brief shadows, kindnesses lasting light. Paramedic Sophia saw same view after accident. "I'd witnessed suffering close," she whispered. From above, understood as greater healing. Tears for patients lost, colleagues burning out, even those causing harm, seeing their pain too. Many weep at fragility, interconnectedness. One woman watched sunrise creep continents, illuminating billions unique yet united souls. Another saw storms, yet felt tenderness those beneath, knowing all passes. Children describe innocently. 7-year-old Kai told mother, "Earth, pretty ball full love lights." He stopped picking fights. View shifts perspective permanently. Differences fade, shared humanity clear. Many Zoom loved ones sending blessings. People return more connected, caring strangers, protecting planet, treasuring shared home. Fear others lessons. Tonight, rise gently above. See earth glowing below every light life, wave breath. Feel tender compassion fill heart for all unfolding. Let loving view cradle you into peaceful sleep. Imagine crossing radiant bridge of light arching gracefully, each step toward deeper serenity with perfect safety. When grandmother Evelyn reached light after stroke, she stood, shimmering bridge pure light. Colors flowed like rainbow rivers, smiled family. Warm under bare feet, solid yet moving. No rails, absolute certainty. Husband waited midway, young, strong, hand outstretched wedding day smile. Teenager Alex crossed slowly after overdose. Each step deepened peace, said quietly. Light sang softly underfoot, harmonizing heartbeat. Below, worries, faint dissolving shadows. Family line sides waving encouragement. Many meet guides partway. One woman paused, embracing sister lost young. Conversation heart to heart, everything forgiven instantly. Children skip happily. Little Emma told parents, Rainbow Bridge bounced tiny but never scary. Grandpa held hand to pretty side. Bridge spans rivers or realms, width varying, intimate or wide, many walking peacefully. Light adjusts perfectly, never blinding, always comforting. Most turned back lovingly before far end, carrying promise. Fear crossing fades, trust transition grows. People return braver about changes, seeing bridges leading beautiful rather endings. Tonight step on to bridge light, feel warm radiance support every step, colors flowing gently. Walk towards serenity, loved ones waiting joyfully. Let bridges peace carry you into deepest sleep. Listen for tender whisper, you are safe. Spoken certainty, banishing every shadow fear. When young Father Ryan hemorrhaged after surgery, panic rose. Then whisper came clear, warm inside chest. You are safe, beloved. Breathe gently, repeating until every cell believed. Stillborn daughter appeared briefly radiant, adding tiny voice to assurance. Woman fleeing abuse heard during crisis. You are safe, dissolved terror carried since childhood. Woke sleeping without triple-checking locks. Many hear upon entering light. Man battling addiction felt shame erase instantly. Another despairing herd chose return carrying whisper lifeline. Children trust completely. 5-year-old Luna told nurses, soft voice said safe forever, even storms. Night terrors ended. Whisper bypasses ears, reaching deepest places, sometimes repeats rhythmically breathing until absorbed. No doubt, safety eternal. People return calmer crisis, comforting others, quiet assurance, trusting life deeply. Tonight, let gentle whisper begin. You are safe. You are safe. Feel repetition dissolve lingering fears. Rest held in truth, safety essence, always. Imagine forests where trees glow inner light, quiet radiance guiding along paths, waiting patiently arrival. When librarian Margaret reached light, quiet evening, found narrow trail ancient woods, unlike earthly. Trunks shimmered inner gold silver, described hushed reverence. Leaves every green shade translucent, light pouring like cathedral windows. Touched bark, smooth river stones, warmth pulsed back tree acknowledged. Air carried pine earth, mingled sweeter distant blossoms. Birds' feathers, soft light perched silently, watching kind eyes. Father gone childhood walked ahead, turning smile beckoned deeper peaceful woods. Carpenter. Louise strolled same luminous forest workshop accident. Shaped wood whole life, said quietly, these trees shaped comfort around perfectly. Branches arched natural cathedrals light, leaves rustling breeze whispered complete peace. Rested trunk felt toil ease, strength returning naturally. Young sun appeared running joyfully path, laughing pointing hidden glades, flowers opened approach together. Many discover personal clearings. Woman found grove trees, circle still pond, reflecting starlight, mother sitting fallen log, waiting patiently. Man followed path, open meadows, edged glowing trees, childhood friends waving border. Children explore pure delight. 9-year-old Sophia told teacher excitedly, shiny trees, new name-made secret doorways, pretty places. Drew endless forests months, including smiling figures, glowing trunks. Paths wind without confusion, up gentle hills, vistas, endless luminous canopy, down quiet streams, light dances, water, scattered stars. Some see fruit hanging heavy, ripe, tasting pure joy picked. Leaves release soft chimes touched, harmonizing distant gentle melodies. No darkness falls, branches snag impede, just eternal gentle twilight, perfect walking, resting, simply being. Forest feels quietly aware, acknowledging visitor subtle, welcoming shifts glow. People return, loving evening walks, real woods deeply, pausing under trees, feel faint, echoes connection, greater waiting beyond. Tonight, step onto own quiet path through luminous trees. Feel gentle light guiding deeper, profound peace. Let living woods hold comfort, tenderly sleep, come softly. Imagine every question you've ever carried finding its gentle, complete answer. Not through complicated explanations, but in deep, quiet understanding that settles peacefully, like warm light, filling every hidden corner of your soul. When seeker Daniel reached the light after years of quietly searching through books and meditation, confusion simply fell away like unnecessary weight. I'd spent decades asking why suffering exists, what love truly means, where we go after this life. He shared softly with his meditation group in final gatherings, voice steady despite frailty that lingered. In that space, answers arrived as direct, compassionate knowing. Suffering as chosen opportunities for souls to cultivate deeper compassion through direct experience. Love as the only eternal reality beneath all forms. Consciousness continuing brighter and freer beyond the body. No intellectual debate or lingering doubt remained. Just quiet, profound certainty that eased every intellectual restlessness he'd carried for decades. A scientist named Priya, who'd wrestled with theories of existence, felt the same profound resolution after her lab accident. I'd built models of reality, she whispered to colleagues during recovery visits, but there, interconnectedness wasn't theory, it was lived, breathed, known completely. She understood cruelty's roots in temporary forgetting of oneness, kindness as natural state when remembrance returns gently. Many describe remembering truths known before earthly birth. One man saw life's hardships as perfect curriculum viewed from loving higher perspective. Another woman felt divine presence directly, no books or teachers as intermediaries, just pure personal connection filling every longing. Children grasp it with beautiful simplicity. Little Noah told his mother confidently after revival, "I know why rain helps flowers grow and why hugs fix sad hearts. Everything makes perfect, beautiful sense now." He stopped asking endless worried questions, smiling more with quiet inner knowing. Answers come perfectly timed, personal, never overwhelming or rushed. Lingering curiosities resolve later in dreams or quiet moments, fragments carried back gently. People return less restless in mind and spirit. Meditation deepens effortlessly, chronic inner chatter quiets to spacious peace. They explain complicated ideas less often, instead embody quiet wisdom others feel without words. Tonight, let gentle understanding begin rising softly within. Feel old questions softening completely, truths settling peacefully. No need to grasp, wisdom flows lovingly when ready. Rest easy, knowing all is gently revealed in perfect time. Picture reunions that heal every old wound completely, where time stretches endlessly for mending, love flowing freely until nothing hurts anymore. When estranged brothers Mark and Steve, one living, one past, met in the light after Mark's collapse, decades of painful silence dissolved instantly. "We just looked at each other," Mark said quietly, to family gathered around his bed, and felt every misunderstanding, every angry word from both sides completely. But only compassion remained. Steve, looking 30 again with mischievous grin, opened arms wide. They held each other until tears washed everything clean, talking for what felt like days about childhood dreams shared, missed chances to reconnect, unspoken love always beneath hurt. A daughter named Rachel met her mother after years of deep estrangement. "Mum knew my anger completely," Rachel whispered through tears telling siblings, "and I felt hers, both born from fear and unmet needs." They sat in soft grass, reviewing memories gently, harsh moments transforming into mutual understanding. "I'm sorry, baby," her mum said softly. "I see clearly now, always loved you." Every wound closed as if never there. Many experience family circles where generational pain lifts entirely. One man joined ancestors in sunlit clearing, feeling old patterns of addiction and silence dissolve in shared unconditional love. Another woman hugged father she'd never forgiven for leaving, both weeping as complete truth-healed breach in moments. Children reunite with pure innocence. Little Grace saw baby brother, now glowing toddler, running into arms, shouting name happily. "He knew me," she beamed to parents, said watches me play every day. Quiet sadness turned joyful peace. Healing, always mutual and thorough. Miscommunications clarify instantly, heart to heart. Apologies unnecessary when understanding total. Deepest wounds, abandonment, betrayal, loss, transform into profound lessons in love's endurance. People return, reaching out to living family, speaking long unspoken truths, forgiving freely. Old grudges feel pointless in eternity's light. Hearts open wider. Tonight, picture someone you've hurt, or who hurt you, waiting with gentle light in eyes. Feel embrace, beginning healing before words. Let every past wound soften now, bathed completely in understanding love. Rest deeply, knowing all can mend, in time or beyond. Imagine a soft breeze carrying pure love, touching everything with tenderness like the universe itself, exhaling affection directly to your soul. When hiker Jonathan reached the light after his fall, gentle wind enveloped him completely. "It moved through me rather than around," he described softly to rescue teams later. "Warm, fragrant with unknown flowers, carrying love straight into core." Every inhale filled with complete acceptance. Exhale released old fears. Grandmother seemed to send it, familiar laugh woven through. A mother named Isabel felt it in luminous garden after complications. "It lifted my hair like tenderest fingers," she smiled to partner through tears, "but deeper, caressing very soul." Recent pain, fear vanished in loving touch. Tiny sparkles danced within, like countless light kisses blessing her. Breeze often arrives first, welcoming upon entering light. One man felt erase battlefield memories completely, blowing away smoke guilt like morning fog. Another woman carrying shame childhood felt whisper, forgiveness through entire being, until nothing dark remained. Children play joyfully in it. 8-year-old Sam told parents excitedly, "Love wind tickled said perfect just as I am." He laughed more freely, worries forgotten. Always perfectly warm, gentle, never chilling. Some see as divine breath, others collective love. All beings expressed movement. Stirs flowers release sweeter scents, ripples river-like beautiful patterns. Many feel guided by flow, turning softly toward greater beauty, or back life needed. Messages arrive within, cherished completely. All well always has been. People return, noticing real breezes more deeply, pausing, feel subtle comfort wind against skin, sensing faint echoes, greater loving breath. Tonight, feel soft breeze beginning now, warm, fragrant, alive, pure love. Let touch face tenderly, flow through hair, enter lungs, every breath. Feel carrying tension away completely, filling space's deepest tenderness. Rest cradled gently in love's eternal wind. Picture quiet lake reflecting infinite stars still deep, holding entire cosmos in mirror calm surface, like perfect promise of peace. When night nurse Elena reached light after collapsing exhaustion, stood edge vast lake more still than glass. Stars above weren't just reflected, whispered wonder colleagues. Lived within water too, billions tiny lights shimmering below brightly above, no boundary sky lake. Felt part one, infinite whole. Husband sat nearby, smooth stones, skipping light bits, creating gentle ripples, pure joy spreading outward. Fisherman Luis saw same lake after nearly drowning. Glowed softly within, said quietly family. Every star twin below, connected silver threads. Waded slowly, water warm, weightless, old sorrows sinking, dissolving completely. Many sit float peacefully upon it. One woman lay back, watching constellations form personal messages, soft glowing reflections. Another saw loved ones waving happily starry boats, inviting gentle approach, calm surface. Children splash carefully first. Little Noah told mother excitedly. Lake showed stars close enough touch. They tickled when did. Gazed real night skies, new wonder, pointing constellations old friends. Lake often mirrors more than stars. Cherished memories appear, soft glowing images needed. Possible futures, hope, love, deeper truths, connection. Surface heals contact, calming restless thoughts, soothing weary hearts profoundly. No waves rise unless gently invited, perfect stillness reflecting perfect inner peace. Some drink taste pure clarity renewal. People return loving quiet water more deeply, finding meditation easier near lakes, even bathtubs, sensing faint connection, greater cosmic mirror, waiting beyond. Tonight approach own quiet lake within imagination. See infinite stars above, below, feel gentle oneness completely. Let still surface reflect own inner light, back, whole beautiful. Rest gazing eternal depths, peaceful restorative sleep comes softly. Imagine discovering life's gentle purpose, not demanding mission, but soft revelation, making every moment lived glow with quiet, beautiful meaning. When retired mechanic Harold reached light after quiet heart event, loving presence guided see life vast tapestry, woven threads light. Saw big events, shared later grandson, voice rough emotion. Brighter ordinary days, fixing neighbors' cars free, teaching you listen engine story, staying late, help single moms tight budgets. Each act shone warmly, showing ripples never imagined. Kids growing confident, reliable transportation. Families staying together hard times. Small kindnesses paid forward, touching countless lives. Presence conveyed gently, steady, quiet reliability, anchored many without fanfare. Young writer Sophia saw purpose bloom like light, countless pages. Doubted every story wrote, whispered writing group, felt too small matter. But there witnessed readers finding comfort words darkest nights. One woman, surviving profound grief character, showed path through pain, teenager choosing hope, relating flawed resilient heroes. Presence revealed, gift holding space, others healing through honest stories. No grand fame required, just faithful creation heart. Sophia returned, writing daily, renewed joy. Many discover purpose woven everyday living. Stay-at-home father saw gentle presence, shaping children's empathy, kindness. Janitor witnessed quiet dignity, uplifted weary hospital nights, patients, staff alike. Purpose always fits perfectly, never too large achieve, never too small matter deeply. Children understand simply beautifully. 8-year-old Liam told parents, shining eyes, saw why here, to make people laugh, help lost bugs find way home safely. Became child rescuing insects, gently, cheering sad classmates naturally. Revelation comes wrapped deep, pride, encouragement. Some see future glimpses, current struggles serving greater growth. Others feel past hardships, perfect preparation, quiet service ahead. People return profoundly aligned in a calling. Old dreams shift gently, make room. New emerge naturally. Worry far less external measures success. Trust daily steps more completely. Life feels deeply sacred, rather random, meaningless. Tonight, let own gentle purpose begin glowing softly within. Feel tender light touching every memory made, revealing hidden threads, beautiful meaning. You exactly where need be, living exactly matters most. Rest deeply, quiet, loving assurance, sleep comes peacefully. Imagine the calm assurance that life continues beautifully in love. A profound, gentle knowing that death is simply the softest doorway back to greater light and deeper eternal connection. When Evelyn, a widow who'd spent quiet years gently grieving her husband's sudden passing long ago, reached the light after her own peaceful end at home, surrounded by familiar things, complete understanding settled over her like the softest warm blanket on a winter night. There was no lingering question unanswered. She shared through gentle messages her daughter recorded from her final lucid days, voice steady with quiet, profound joy. I knew deeply in my very essence that consciousness goes on eternally, brighter and freer than anything felt in the body during earthly years. She saw loved ones waiting radiant and completely whole, felt her own spirit untouched by age or earthly illness. The assurance wasn't mere belief. It was direct, beautiful experience, like remembering a truth always carried, but temporarily gently forgotten during the earthly journey. A doctor named Paul, who'd spent his career gently as a skeptic, dismissing patients' stories of light and peace at bedsides, felt the same unshakable, beautiful certainty after his heart attack left him briefly gone. I'd offered empty medical comforts for years, he admitted quietly to colleagues afterward, with new depth in his voice. But there gently, I saw some of those very patients waiting peacefully and completely whole, no trace of suffering remaining. He returned, speaking honestly and beautifully about what he'd glimpsed, easing fears for the dying in ways his training never quite allowed before. Many describe it as falling gently into a truth beautifully known before birth. One man felt his soul expand beyond all physical limits completely, timeless and profoundly safe. Another woman watched her life from above, gently, and understood the body as temporary clothing worn for a brief, meaningful, beautiful visit. Children carry the assurance with beautiful, pure innocence. 6-year-old Ava told her parents matter-of-factly after her revival gently, "When bodies get tired and rest, we go to the happy light and keep loving everyone completely. We're never really gone away." Her fear of the dark vanished completely. She slept peacefully under blankets printed with gentle stars. The assurance removes every trace of terror around death beautifully and completely. No void or harsh judgment awaiting, just gentle, loving continuation in boundless light. Earthly life appears as a precious but brief, beautiful school, passing over as joyful, gentle graduation to deeper existence. People return profoundly unafraid of aging or gentle loss, grieving with hope rather than despair, sad for temporary separation, yet certain of beautiful reunion. They live more fully in each gentle moment, love more openly without holding back, waste no precious time on fear or regret. Tonight, let this calm, beautiful assurance settle around you like the softest, warm blanket. Feel gentle truth breathing within your chest completely. Life continues eternally in love. Your essence is safe, cherished, boundless. Rest completely in this quiet, unshakable knowing as peaceful sleep holds you tenderly. Picture meeting figures of soft, angelic light, beings of pure, gentle compassion who feel both ancient and intimately familiar. Like quiet guardians your soul has always gently known deep within. When Nurse Tara flatlined after collapsing from exhaustion in the corridor during her endless shift, 3 figures appeared gradually in the gentle glow surrounding her completely. They were tall and graceful, outlined in living light. She described quietly to her stunned colleagues the next day over coffee. No cartoon wings, just presence that felt like wings of light, enfolding everything with complete safety and profound peace. Their gaze held infinite gentle compassion. She felt every heroic shift worked and private moment of doubt seen with deep pride rather than any judgment at all. One placed a hand of pure warmth on her chest gently, easing trauma carried from years, witnessing human suffering in gentle waves that left her profoundly renewed and whole. A grieving father named Luis met a single angelic figure after complications from surgery nearly took him completely. It felt beyond gender, yet deeply comforting and familiar. Luis whispered to his wife, through tears of beautiful relief. Radiance soft as moonlight on calm water, eyes holding every tear I'd cried for our son lost young. The being cradled Luis's spirit tenderly and completely, communicating without words. Your child is whole, joyful, surrounded by love greater than earthly imagination could hold beautifully. Luis felt his baby's light nestled safely within the greater glow, growing happily in perfect eternal peace. Many recognize these figures as lifelong gentle guardians, known from quiet moments of grace or childhood dreams offering profound comfort. One woman instantly knew hers as the presence that had steadied her gently through early, profound losses. Another man felt the same steady light that had guided him beautifully through darkest deployments and quiet homecomings. Children described them with trusting pure joy and wonder. Little Eli drew detailed pictures showing tall, shiny friends who sang quiet, beautiful songs and promised I'd see Grandpa again soon. They knew my favorite toy truck completely, he added seriously to his teacher. The figures approach carefully and slowly always, their light adjusting perfectly to comfort rather than overwhelm in any way. Communication flows heart to heart completely and beautifully. Deep reassurance, profound healing, gentle guidance, exactly tailored to what the soul needs most. Some show glimpses of help arriving soon in earthly life, gently. Others simply hold sacred space for grief to release fully and peacefully. People return, sensing these beings remain gently near in daily life completely. Prayer transforms into direct, quiet conversation with old, familiar friends. Fear lessens dramatically and beautifully. Subtle guidance arrives through clearer intuition than ever before. Tonight, feel soft, radiant beings drawing gently close around you now completely. Let their tender radiance touch your brow softly, your heart completely, your weary places with perfect care. Feel ancient wings of light enfolding you protectively and lovingly. You are guided always, deeply loved, never truly alone, rest safely within their gentle glow as peaceful sleep comes completely. Imagine knowing with absolute gentle peace that love never ends, that every bond continues stronger and deeper beyond the veil, growing beautifully rather than diminishing in any way. When widower Henry met his wife in the light after his fall down the stairs left him briefly gone, he felt their 40 years together intensify into something boundless and eternal. "Our love was beautiful on earth completely," he said quietly to his children gathered around his hospital bed with shining eyes. "But here it's pure. No distractions from aging bodies or daily earthly struggles, just complete union of souls forever." They merged awareness briefly and beautifully, feeling each other's joys and sorrows as shared eternal treasure completely. Separation dissolved entirely. Only endless beautiful connection remained. A daughter named Lily embraced her mother lost to long illness gently. Mom's love felt bigger than the sky completely. Lily smiled through tears, telling her siblings softly, "Like our hearts grew until they completely overlapped beautifully." Every childhood memory glowed warmer in that embrace. Future support and guidance promised silently across any distance. Many witnessed love's unbreakable, beautiful continuity. One man saw threads of light connecting him eternally to family, friends, even brief encounters that touched his life deeply. Another woman felt love from ancestors she'd never met, flowing forward through her bloodline to descendants, yet unborn gently. Children understand it with pure, beautiful hearts. Little Ethan told his father confidently and gently, "Grandpa's love didn't stop when he went to heaven. It's just huger now, like it grew wings completely." He waved at empty air sometimes, insisting Grandpa waved back with a big gentle smile. The knowledge heals grief at its root completely and beautifully. Goodbyes transform into gentle, "see you later" moments forever. Love isn't lost or diminished. It expands infinitely and beautifully. Distance becomes meaningless, gentle illusion, separation impossible completely. People return cherishing earthly relationships with fierce, beautiful tenderness. Petty arguments seem pointless completely in eternity's light. Forgiveness flows easily and beautifully. They speak love openly without hesitation, waste no time on resentment or unspoken words, hold loved ones longer with complete presence. Tonight, feel every love you've ever known gathering around you, brighter, stronger, endless in its gentle reach. Let heart threads of light connect you eternally to those you cherish most completely. Love never ends. It only grows deeper and more beautiful forever. Rest deeply in this boundless, eternal, gentle embrace. Picture resting in a golden field under an eternal sunset, stretching endlessly in warm light that feels like the universe's gentle good-night kiss, promising countless beautiful tomorrows forever. When Nurse Clara reached the light after her impossibly long shift left her body exhausted beyond measure, she stepped into a vast field of waist-high grass, glowing soft gold from deep within. The sun hung low on the horizon, but never dipped below completely. She recalled softly to her stunned family gathered close. Warm light bathing everything without harsh heat or glare at all. The grass swayed gently in a breeze carrying faint, harmonious, beautiful music, each blade tipped with tiny sparkles that caught the eternal sunset colors perfectly. Her patients who'd passed under her care waited in the distance, radiant and completely peaceful, waving welcome with smiles that said thank you in ways words never quite could. A farmer named Elias walked barefoot through the same field after his tractor accident left him briefly gone. "Better than any harvest sunset I'd watched from my porch over decades," he said quietly to his wife through happy, gentle tears. Colours deeper than anything, oranges melting slowly into roses beautifully, golds breathing like living things gently. The air smelled like fresh bread baking and summer rain on good soil completely. He lay down and felt the earth cradle him perfectly and tenderly, every lifelong ache from hard labour gone completely and beautifully. Many wander or rest peacefully there completely. One woman danced slowly alone as grass brushed her hands like loving fingers, whispering gentle encouragement. Another sat quietly with childhood friends long gone, watching colours shift in perfect, endless harmony across the beautiful sky. Children run joyfully through it completely. 9-year-old Sophia told her parents excitedly and beautifully, "The forever sunset field had the prettiest sky ever, and we could play till sleepy without any dark coming at all." She asked constantly for golden crayons to capture what she'd seen gently. The light feels alive with gentle, beautiful love, caressing skin softly and completely, soothing tired eyes tenderly, filling lungs with pure, profound peace. No hurry for night to fall ever. The sunset lingers eternally and beautifully, promising countless equally beautiful tomorrows forever. People return appreciating real sunsets more deeply and completely, pausing on porches or in fields to watch gently, feeling faint, beautiful echoes of that greater eternal light waiting patiently beyond. Tonight, step gently into your own golden field completely. Feel warm, eternal sunset light touching your face tenderly and fully, soft grass beneath your feet perfectly. Let endless beauty hold you completely and gently. Rest here as long as you wish, cradled in forever's tender, loving glow, beautifully. Picture hearing the laughter of joyful souls, light and free, echoing gently through the light like the happiest sound your heart has ever known completely. When teacher Michael reached the light after his climbing accident left him briefly gone, the first thing that reached him was this cascade of pure laughter, bright, infectious, coming from every direction, gently. It wasn't loud or mocking at all, he shared softly with his climbing partner during recovery. More like standing in a sunlit meadow where old friends share the best story ever beautifully. He turned and saw groups of radiant beings gathered in loose circles, some faces instantly familiar. His college roommate lost to illness, his grandmother with her familiar gentle twinkle, others strangers yet somehow deeply known completely. Their laughter rose and fell in perfect gentle waves, washing through him and dissolving every trace of pain from the fall beautifully. His grandfather stood in the center of one group, eyes crinkling with old mischief, waving him over just like calling him to Sunday dinner with that familiar warmth. A nurse named Angela heard the same joyful, beautiful sound after coding in her ER completely. Patients I'd lost were there gently, she whispered to colleagues through happy tears, laughing together like they'd never known sickness a day. One little girl she'd held through final moments ran up, giggling completely, wrapping tiny arms around her legs before darting back, her peals of joy trailing like silver bells beautifully. Angela joined them gently, finding herself laughing too, deep belly laughs she hadn't made since nursing school completely, every grief carried from hard nights lifting beautifully and fully. Many describe the laughter as multidimensional, healing on contact completely, entering the heart directly and beautifully. One veteran heard comrades sharing old jokes gently, voices strong and young again, inviting him until tears of release flowed completely. Another woman joined a circle where laughter built until she rose higher gently, completely unburdened beautifully. Children bring purest, beautiful accounts. 7-year-old Lily giggled for days after revival gently. Everyone laughed the happiest laughs, like best birthday party, but forever completely. She said Grandpa told funny stories, making light birds dance beautifully. The laughter isn't forced, always warm, inclusive, drawing you in gently and completely. Some recognize loved ones by unique love first completely. It accompanies reunions gently, turning tears to smiles instantly and beautifully. People return lighter completely, quicker to laugh daily gently, finding joy in small things again, beautifully. Seriousness softens gently, playfulness returns completely. Tonight, let that gentle laughter begin reaching you completely. Hear it faintly, gently, growing warmer, invitingly. Feel your heart lighten in response beautifully. Join the joyful souls quietly within completely. Smile, laugh softly if it comes gently. Rest cradled in endless, beautiful delight. Imagine the soft touch of invisible, loving hands reaching gently to comfort you exactly where you need it most, conveying care deeper than any physical embrace could ever reach. When Laura reached the light after nearly bleeding out following surgery completely, the first sensation beyond the pain was hands, warm, unseen, yet completely real, cupping her face tenderly and smoothing her hair back from her forehead gently. "I knew instantly I wasn't alone at all," she whispered later to her husband through quiet tears of profound relief. "They stroked my back the way my mother did when fever nightmares woke me as a child completely. But this touch reached every frightened, exhausted place inside deeply." No bodies were attached, just pure, loving presence expressed through gentle contact completely. The hands guided her forward slowly and beautifully, easing panic, till only profound peace remained completely. One rested lightly over her heart, and decades of worry about raising her children alone melted away in gentle waves of reassurance completely. A veteran named James, fading on the battlefield years ago before rescue arrived, felt strong yet infinitely tender hands lift him carefully and completely. "They held pressure where wounds bled," he shared quietly in therapy sessions long after, "but also held my soul steady when terror threatened to overwhelm completely." His deceased comrade seemed woven gently into the touch, adding familiar brotherly reassurance to the greater, universal one beautifully. Many describe endless, beautiful variations of this loving contact, healing hands placed on aching hearts that have carried too much grief completely, cradling weary spirits exhausted from life's battles gently, resting lightly on shoulders heavy with unspoken burdens beautifully. One woman felt tiny hands nestled in hers completely, like those of her miscarried babies grown into light, communicating perfect safety and joy gently. Another man felt a hand on his forehead cooling decades of burning anger until only quiet acceptance remained completely. Children feel it with pure trust and beautiful delight. Little Jacob told his father wide-eyed after revival gently, "Invisible nice hands pulled me up from the cold water and hugged me super tight until I wasn't scared anymore completely." He slept, cuddled with his favorite blanket afterward, smiling beautifully in his dreams. The touch is never intrusive or startling, always perfectly attuned completely, asking silent permission before deepening gently. Some feel it massaging away every trace of earthly pain beautifully. Others simply holding sacred space until they're ready to move further into light completely. It often accompanies the gentle, not yet message beautifully, turning them back with one final reassuring stroke across the brow or squeeze of the hand completely. People return profoundly more tactile in daily life beautifully, hugging loved ones longer without self-consciousness completely, touching a friend's arm during deep conversations gently, offering comfort through simple, steady presence beautifully. They begin to feel subtle touches in quiet moments afterward, perhaps a warm hand on the shoulder during grief completely, or gentle pressure on the back, guiding a difficult decision beautifully. Tonight, let those invisible loving hands begin reaching you softly and completely. Feel warm tenderness on your brow gently, your shoulder completely, your heart, exactly where you need comfort most beautifully. Let them smooth away every tension completely, hold you securely in boundless care gently. You are touched by love itself, always and completely. Rest deeply in caring hands that never let go beautifully. Picture glimpses of hopeful moments yet to come, gentle previews offered with loving care that fill your heart with quiet certainty and joyful anticipation for the beautiful path ahead. When young Mother Emma reached the light after severe complications in childbirth left her briefly gone, her deceased grandmother appeared first, gently, taking her hand with that familiar gentle squeeze from childhood visits. "Let me show you something beautiful completely," her grandma said softly inside her mind, and scenes unfolded gently. Not rigid predictions, but warm, emotional essences of future joy completely. Emma saw her newborn babies grown into kind, laughing children surrounded by light she recognized as love gently. She felt the profound warmth of hugging future grandchildren completely, the deep pride of watching her daughters choose partners who cherish them beautifully. No specific dates or forced details, just the pure feeling of hope fulfilled gently, love growing deeper through years completely. Her grandmother smiled knowingly and beautifully, communicating silently. "Keep going gently, dear one. It's all worth every beautiful moment." A man named Jordan, in crisis after years of addiction, saw himself older and steady completely, guiding others through similar darkness with quiet wisdom earned from his own gentle journey. "I'd felt my life completely pointless," he shared quietly in recovery meetings afterward. But those gentle glimpses showed people I'd helped stay clean, beautifully. Families reunited because I'd shared my story honestly and completely. The gentle previews gave him strength to fight harder for return, beautifully. Many received deeply personal, beautiful visions, careers finally blooming after long, gentle struggle, reconciliations with estranged family members unfolding naturally over time completely. Simple joys like quiet evenings with loved ones grown deeper through shared years beautifully. One woman saw strained sibling ties mending gently through small, consistent kindnesses completely. Another man watched himself old and content gently, surrounded by light of relationships, nurtured patiently and beautifully. Children see them with innocent, beautiful clarity. 8-year-old Noah told his parents excitedly and gently, "I saw me big with my own dog and everyone happy around a big table completely." He stopped worrying about growing up after that gently, trusting good things waited patiently. The glimpses are never guarantees or demands, just hopeful, beautiful potentials offered lovingly, completely, always focusing on love's quiet triumphs rather than material success gently. Some see their own positive influence rippling forward through small, daily choices completely. People return motivated yet deeply, patient, gently. Hard days feel temporary rather than defining completely. Hope becomes a steady, gentle companion. They begin making choices aligned with those gentle futures, speaking kinder words today beautifully, nurturing important relationships now completely, trusting the path even when unclear gently. Tonight, let soft scenes of hope begin glowing warmly within your heart completely. Feel future joy touching you gently now, loved ones near and laughing beautifully, purpose unfolding naturally completely, peace deepening with time gently. Trust the beautiful possibilities waiting patiently ahead completely. Rest held completely in hope's quiet, loving light beautifully. Imagine sinking into deep rest of perfect understanding, where every question quiets completely and your soul finally exhales into profound, renewing peace beautifully. When long-time seeker Samuel reached the light after extended illness, left him weak for precious minutes, understanding enveloped him like the softest, warmest blanket pulled over chilled shoulders gently. Everything suddenly clicked into place completely, he said quietly to his gathered family in his final days beautifully. Not just intellectual facts, deep, lived knowing that all was exactly as it should be, always had been, beautifully. His life's many puzzles, unexpected losses gently, difficult choices beautifully, periods of deep pain completely, revealed themselves as perfect steps in a greater dance he could now see clearly from above, gently. No more exhausting struggle to figure it all out completely, just complete, soul-deep rest within truth beautifully. A woman named Maya, who'd spent decades reading spiritual books searching for answers, felt the same profound settling completely. I'd collected ideas like treasures gently, she whispered to her book club friends beautifully, but their understanding flowed directly without any effort at all completely. Why we're here became clear as love experiencing itself gently. What love truly is revealed as the only reality completely. Where we go after showed as gentle return home beautifully. Doubt dissolved completely. Peace filled every corner she'd kept anxiously questioning gently. Many describe it as coming home to wisdom always carried within but temporarily veiled completely. One man understood suffering's purpose without any bitterness remaining gently. Another woman felt divine love directly and personally, completely. No books or teachers as intermediaries, just pure personal connection, filling every longing beautifully. Children rest in it with pure, beautiful simplicity. Little Grace told her mother confidently and gently, "Everything makes sense now, like one big warm hug from God holding all the pieces together perfectly and completely." She stopped asking endless worried questions gently, just smiled more with quiet inner knowing beautifully. The rest isn't mere sleepiness, it's fully alive awareness combined with deepest rejuvenation completely. Thoughts slow to perfect spacious stillness gently. Striving ceases entirely beautifully. Many linger contentedly in that understanding before feeling the gentle call back completely. People return profoundly less restless in both mind and body completely. Meditation deepens effortlessly and beautifully. Chronic inner chatter quiets to spacious peace gently. They explain complicated concepts less often completely, instead embody quiet wisdom that others feel without words, spoken gently. Tonight, let perfect understanding begin holding you softly and completely. Feel old questions softening and releasing gently, answers rising gently from within. No rush, no force required completely. Sink completely into deep soul rest where all is known, gently, all is well beautifully, all is held in perfect love completely. Let this profound exhale carry you into the most renewing peace completely. Picture a choir of voices singing pure peace, surrounding you completely, with harmony more beautiful and healing than any music you've ever heard on earth completely. When musician Elena reached the light after her severe allergic reaction, closed her throat completely, and suddenly, ordinary silence gave way to voices beginning softly all around her, in every direction gently. It was peace itself made into sound completely. She described quietly to her orchestra colleagues afterward beautifully. Thousands of voices, yet somehow one unified expression gently, vibrating gently through every part of me completely. Notes rose and fell like the universe's own breathing beautifully, each tone carrying pure love directly into her heart. and healing places she'd carried tension without realizing completely. A factory worker named Alex, who'd never considered himself musical, heard it after collapsing from exhaustion on the job completely. "Every kind of song that ever comforted me," he said softly to his family, around the hospital bed, beautifully. "Lullabies from Mama, hymns from church, even old radio tunes from happier times, all lifted higher and woven together perfectly, completely. Colors pulsed gently with each note, beautifully. His light body resonated in complete peace for the first time completely. Many float peacefully within the sound itself completely. One woman felt long-held wounds close gently with each rising note beautifully. Another man recognized loved ones' unique voices adding personal familiar melodies to the greater celestial choir with perfect blending completely. Children hum along instinctively and beautifully. 6-year-old Ben told his parents excitedly for weeks completely, "Angels sang the prettiest quiet song that made my tummy feel happy and warm completely." He hummed entirely new melodies constantly, tunes no one in the family recognized but everyone loved hearing gently. The choir never overwhelms or demands attention. Its volume always perfectly attuned and comforting completely, enveloping yet leaving spacious peace gently. Some hear it accompanying gentle movement through gardens or along rivers of light beautifully. Messages arrive in pure tone, alone, gently. You are loved completely. You are home now beautifully. People return humming unexplained fragments of those melodies gently, finding deeper comfort in earthly music completely, singing more freely without self-consciousness beautifully. Tonight, let that choir begin faintly all around you completely. Feel harmonious voices of pure peace rising gently and beautifully, cradling your heart completely. Let each note dissolve lingering tension completely, fill you with boundless love gently. Rest surrounded by eternal song that holds you tenderly and completely. Imagine the gentle return to your body, not as a harsh jolt, but as a loving hand guiding you back with the warmth and peace still wrapped closely around you completely. When firefighter Alex was revived after minutes without pulse, he felt the pull like a dear friend's hand on his shoulder, saying softly and beautifully, "There's more for you here gently." "I was deep in light with family completely," he shared quietly with his crew beautifully. But the voice was kind completely, no disappointment, just proud, gentle encouragement. As he drifted downward gently, the overwhelming love stayed with him beautifully, buffering the shock of cold air, bright lights, beeping machines completely. He opened his eyes to relieved faces and immediately hugged his captain longer than ever beautifully, whispering thanks he couldn't yet fully explain gently. A young mother named Sophia, revived after massive postpartum bleeding completely, described sliding back into her body like easing into warm bath water after exhaustion, gently. "The love didn't leave me at all," she whispered to her partner, through tears of gratitude beautifully. It followed gently and completely, softening sharp pain, quieting fear about my babies beautifully. She woke, reaching instinctively for her newborn completely, holding him close with new depth, gently, feeling the light's glow still lingering inside her chest, beautifully. Many feel guided tenderly downward by loving hands or voices calling their names softly and beautifully. One man saw his body below, gently, then felt warm presence, lowering him carefully like placing a sleeping child in bed, completely. Another woman heard her name repeated lovingly until awareness merged back with breath and heartbeat beautifully. Children often return giggling or smiling gently. Little Matteo told his parents beautifully, "The light kissed me goodbye and said, 'See you later. I wasn't scared coming back at all.'" He woke asking for extra hugs completely, calmer and more affectionate than before, gently. The transition feels buffered by lingering love when the call comes completely. Pain returns gradually, if at all, gently, eased by memory of perfect peace. Beautifully. Some feel a final embrace before full awareness shifts to earthly senses completely. People wake profoundly transformed gently, hugging family tighter without explanation completely, speaking softer words beautifully, fearing far less about tomorrow gently. Chronic anxiety often eases dramatically completely. Sleep becomes deeper and more restorative beautifully. They carry quiet glow into daily life that others notice without understanding why gently. Tonight, imagine the gentle return carrying you softly into dreams completely. Feel loving light lowering you tenderly into rest beautifully, its glow staying close gently. Let profound peace linger with every breath completely as sleep holds you safely and beautifully.